live.
Going live.
You're live.
We're
Hello.
live.
We're here.
We're alive.
JD, go sit in a blackout.
I was complaining about something already.
Oh, he's like, imagine being so weak that you get heat stroke from mid-30 temps.
Wow.
Whatever.
Yes. We are not built for the heat.
We are not acclimatized.
No.
Anyway,
live
hello
indoors.
everyone. How are we? How is the folks doing? Air conditioning broke. I have not bought an air conditioner.
I have not looking the
Yeah.
conditioner.
I'm still thinking about one, but I'm just like, I'm gonna buy it and the heat wave will immediately disappear.
Should you know what you'll have?
An air conditioner
Have
for
it for
next
next
year.
time.
Yeah.
You should buy it in winter when it's like cheap and then keep
I mean,
it
you
for
can
the-
get one for like sub
Yeah.
200 now anyway, so just like, yeah. Anywho, but it's not like it's not unbearable in here. All things considered, it is not unbearable in here
No, but I know how it could be more comfortable.
with an air conditioner.
we could be 10 degrees cooler and,
Yeah.
and happier.
Anyway, also Sai is here.
Hello.
Yeah.
And less sweaty.
Yeah, Sai is here, and we also have other guests who may or may not appear at random.
They
Hello.
might be
I will-
lurking over there
Yeah.
somewhere and just
Yeah.
pretending not to exist, but
But yes, friends are visiting. So today we don't have a lot planned for today. Yeah, Dave Bob exists.
I do.
Yeah. So yeah, Dave Bob exists. It says Two Guys Talk Tech. I should have renamed it to Multiple Guys Talk Tech or something
Yeah.
like that. Plural Guys Talk
some
Tech.
amount of guys talk about tech. Well, that's if we actually talk about tech, which we might, if you're lucky.
Some amount of people talk about things.
Stuff and things.
Yes. Anywho, so we don't have a mega title topic for today, just because whatever. We're just going to talk smack, I guess. However, Sai has purchased some comically small steaks.
Yes.
And by that, I mean a steak that's been cut up into comically small pieces.
Well, it will be.
Yeah.
We might need to cut
And
it further.
We're
but
going
that's,
to cook the steak on a mini hot plate.
So this is the little miniature pot
Yeah.
of salt. This
That
is
is-
like 100 grams of salt, and it's
That hot plate is 3
Substantially
centimeters. The
bigger
hot
than
plate
the
is
plate.
3 centimeters squared. So we're going to make some teeny tiny steaks.
yes.
Um,
I don't think the butcher. I went to the butcher over the road here, and I do not think he quite understood the concept of me going. Yes, I'd like a piece of steak, but I'd like tiny little pieces. I'm doing a bit,
Yeah.
and he's like, "What? You only want you only want this much steak?" I'm like, "What on earth are you making that only needs that?
Yeah.
Are you stir frying
It's
it?
a
or are
joke,
you doing
it's a
this?"
bit,
I'm like, "No,
yeah. Don't overthink it.
Just give me tiny bits of steak,
Yeah.
please, please. Take my £5 and give me
Yeah.
the teeniest offcut you can." So,
Cook it on a... Well, so Sai originally messaged me and said, do you have any old CPUs that we can burn so we can, try and put steak on it? And I said, no. And like, I could probably find something in here that we can sacrifice. But I said, however, I have got a Miniware MHP30, which is basically the same thing, but it's designed to do it. So the difference is that this will actually work. If we try and do it on a CPU, like we would have zero control of the temperature.
Yeah, I think off the top of my head, we want to get it to about 160-ish or something surface temperature on it. So a CPU is going to max out at about 110C.
I mean,
before it's done.
We'd probably just hook 12 volts to a V-core and just kill it.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
but then it's like we've got 10 seconds of.
Yeah, I guess it might burn
You
out,
know,
and yeah,
we
it's going to be
need
really
something-
hard to control the
We
temperature.
need something sustained for a few minutes.
That's
worth
it.
at
I think
least, so.
the gag is that this is actually going to work. Oh, I have high confidence that it's going to work anyway.
Well, it heats up to what, 300C or something?
yeah, at
So
least. I think it can do 400.
It
so,
will
yeah.
cook the steak.
Yeah.
One way or another.
It will be.
It will be seared and it will be cooked.
Yeah.
And it will be salted.
Did you marinate the steel? No. Well, it has been marinated in excessive amounts of
Flux.
No.
Yes.
Leaded
solder.
Previously,
We've
yes.
applied lead.
It has been marinated in flux and leaded solder.
I have done a great
for
deal.
authentic taste.
I have done a significant amount of cleaning of the hot plate, so we hopefully won't catch.
Cancer. But,
won't-
that contagious disease.
Yeah,
of
we won't
cancer.
catch a science fiction disease and die of solderitis or something like that.
We won't get the Ebola.
Yeah. Anyway, so yes, we're going to do that. And then hopefully you guys can bring us some topics to talk about, and we can talk crap for a couple of hours. And then also, if we're really struggling, there's a grossy old gaming rig down there that I need to make work. So I guess we'll look at that.
Yes, I do have a little something I brought with me.
Oh yes, yes.
I did bring along that we might as well do.
Tell us the
start
story.
off with.
Yeah, tell us the story. Hang on a sec. Let me put it on.
Yeah. Stick it there somewhere. So
I think that's on shot.
yeah, we'll show it off in a sec. So I was looking on AliExpress, as you do. I was strolling past the underwear and the random stuff it wants to throw in front of me when I'm trying to buy CPUs and things. And I was having a look, and I saw this thing come up, and it was 99% discount. So for the sum total of 8 pence, so 8 pence including the postage, the VAT, the everything to come from China to me, I have managed to get hold of these, which are, if you can see through the labels, I didn't bother peeling off, a set of supposedly fancy BT wireless earbuds. 8 pence.
8 pence wireless earbuds.
What's it say on the label? New arrival M10 earphone wireless headset, high quality prefect sound earbud, sport game music, BT headphone with power band, color black. Manufacturing Kulung Real Estate Marketing Planning Co.
Yeah.
But now the story becomes transcendental with the next bit.
Yes. It also, before I get there, there's various different models, and there's tick boxes to say which one it is.
You can be proud.
And there is no tick in the box, so I'm not actually entirely sure which one it is until we open it.
Yeah.
And there's a touch version, which it may well be. But yeah,
okay.
I'm not quite sure. But yeah, so the next thing is AliExpress happens to do this thing whereby if your order's late, you automatically get a £1 coupon. So I actually received £1 back because this arrived 24 hours late. So it actually, in fact, cost me a negative 92 pence to order this and have it shipped here and all of that. So this is the minus 82p headphones.
Yeah, outstanding. Yeah, let's do an unboxing. So let's get on shot.
Do you wanna,
Hang on a sec.
I'll
bench cam with face.
slide in
and
there somewhere.
Let me just.
There we go. Punch out of there. I mean, these are going to be amazing, aren't they? Like you're expecting something that's going to have bass, that's going to blow your eardrums out. And,
eight pence wireless earbuds. What are your guesses, folks? My guess is, I think they're going to be unusably bad, but they will work.
Okay. I mean, we might find we have issues with pairing and stuff, that it's like 4 hours worth of pairing, you get it to work, and then I expect the batteries to
That's it. I think it will work.
30 seconds. Yeah. I mean, the question I would have is, what is the cheapest price that you can actually spend on a legitimately passable set of wireless earbuds? How much would you have to actually spend?
More than 8 pence.
Yes, more than 8 pence.
I'm guessing an order of magnitude of like 1,000 times more than 8 pence. You know? It's several hundred times the amount that I've spent anyway.
I think this will be the joke. Is what if they're actually good? Like, they're not going to be good. Like, the battery will be terrible and everything. But like, what if we listen to them and you're like, that's not actually bad. You know.
So we have it's a C lead.
Well, Type C, luxury.
Kind of. I mean, I'm doubting it meets
it's
any
not
sort
going
of
to be
specifications, but that is a tiny little C lead. We have an earbud that is massive. It weighs approximately 6 grams or less. So it is actually quite large for one of these sort of things, and it doesn't feel like it has a battery or anything in it, to be honest.
I have no experience
It
with
feels like
using them.
approximately nothing.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to be lightweight, but...
So there's a couple of those. And then there's this rather large, actually, case for them. That is quite bulky for what these are these days.
I guess, yeah.
So should we do the peel?
Yeah.
Well,
oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay. I'm not that guy. I'm gonna actually peel it. Yeah, so that feels very, very cheap and plastic.
Yeah. Oh, is it going to be charged? Yeah. I tell you,
I have no idea. I mean, if I stick these in here, I have no idea if it's actually going to light up or do anything. So what might actually happen is we might stick
I'll
this on
grab a
charge
power
and then-
bank so we can just apply some
You can
power
plug it
to
into the
it.
desk.
Oh yeah, there's a desk thing.
Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yep, it's got some charge in it.
I don't know how much of that you can see, but you might have to punch down on it. But yeah, it's
Yeah, no, it's
supposedly
visible.
93% for the base.
Yeah.
and
92%.
92.
91%.
Sorry, I
But also,
spoke and it's changed.
It's
yeah.
the premium version. You can be loud and be proud. It says so.
So is this
91%?
control or something?
Wow, yeah, that battery
I-
is tanking.
I
yeah.
don't think this is the touch model. I don't think there's anything.
Well,
to,
I
to
think
touch
what they
there.
mean by touch is the side of the earphones for play pause and stuff like that.
I'm not sure there's
90.
anything on those.
Wow, we are literally counting down that battery, folks.
Yeah, I'm imagining there's some total of like 4 milliamps of capacity in total.
That
and
battery is
two of them are
just
going-
counting down. Yeah.
Oh, it's also sort of semi split the case as well. Where I've opened it, it's sort of half like the lid sort of.
Outstanding build quality.
I don't know if you
You need
see
to
that,
move to the
but
right.
like the lid's just. It's now.
I see. It's a well-built product, folks. Yeah.
May I?
Excuse me while I just.
I'm gonna get some cider. Yeah. I
We'll-
was
we'll-
gonna wait, but I'm getting.
We
cider.
are down to 87% as well. That is
Fabulous.
absolutely bollocks, but there we go. Yeah. So I think we'll let those charge
Good.
for
Are
a
there
while.
any
and,
buttons to like pair it?
oh, there's a flap on the side that says open.
Open your flap.
Oh, it's got 2 USB ports. So there is a
anyone else
full-size
having a
USB
drink?
and a C for some reason.
Yeah, sure.
There's a lemon, there's orange, and someone put a bottle in the fridge.
And then there's a bottle in there.
I would go lemon or orange. Either of which will do me.
Yeah, carrot off.
I will take an orange, please.
In which case, I'll have the lemon, I guess. If there is one of each. But yeah, there's a full-size USB port, which I'm not quite sure what on earth that's for.
Full-size USB port. What are you going to
Yes.
do? Charge your phone?
I don't know. And the C port. I assume it's just an input or something, but that's
You know what?
yeah.
I'm going to see if I can find my load tester. We'll plug in the load
Yeah.
tester and dump like 2 amps on it and just watch the counter go down.
Watch it just catch fire immediately. Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, the full-size Type A port is for downloading the malware.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you've got. That's why it's.
I
8
mean, the
pence.
firmware
It's-
updates.
That's why it's actually 8p, is because actually they take all the money out your bank account afterwards. But yeah, so this exists. I'm not sure why, but
So are there any instructions? There is a
Oh,
manual.
there is. Yeah, but there doesn't appear to actually be like a pairing button or anything else.
Excellent.
So there's a
True
lot of
wireless
nothing.
stereo earphone.
We're still on 87. It has slowly seemed to have sort of
Yes.
leveled off. It's
Apparently, it can output 5 volts, 1 amp.
Sorry? So you're supposed to put your USB-C phone charger into this, and then put your phone charger from this into your phone, and then suffer all ways round, or what?
Right.
A...
Apparently, the frequency range is 2.4 gigahertz. I can't hear 2.4 gigahertz.
I'd like to know the frequency range of the sound, not the frequency range of the Bluetooth connection to
The
it.
headphones start automatically and pair automatically. Take out 2 headphones from the charging box at the same time.
Oh.
You can see the 2 headphones flashing alternately for about 2-3 seconds.
Yeah.
The left and right headphones turn to red and blue lights. The headphones prompt the pairing success, and the headphones can be used. If the headphones do not turn to slow flash, just double click the button on the R headphones. You can enter the left-right headset pairing and enter the waiting mobile phone search status.
I don't want to alarm you, but I don't see a button on the R.
Mobile
anything.
phone link operation. Open the mobile phone Bluetooth search. Click the link in the search to device name TWSV 5.3 or the box label.
It's vaguely English, at least. That's
You will
something.
see the phone display connected. At the same time, left earphone L prompts connected. That is the link.
Right, I'm going to get a phone and I'm just going to see if it's spotting any Bluetooth.
That is the
device.
link is successfully paired and ready to use. Apparently, you have previous and
Oh.
next song operations.
Apparently, one half is. Oh no, they're both charging now. But for a second, it was only doing one half of it. I thought it already decided that it was going to be
Start
broken.
the phone, Siri. Press the headset button about 1 second to hear the prompt tone. Voice dialing. Let go. The phone's Siri function has been activated.
I think I'm going to open my cider. I don't think I can cope with too much more.
More than 2 times use.
Right.
2 times it just dies.
I
Game
compare
over.
to someone's TV.
Hmm?
I'm not seeing any headphones in range though.
No, I have to take these out at the same time.
Okay.
So now.
Oh, there we go. I've got
blinking.
998 or M10.
M10. It is the M10.
Yes, this
All
is
right,
the
I'm
M10.
connecting.
is-
I'm
that
pairing
is
to
what
the
we are.
M10.
Does this device have,
Bluetooth pound.
sensitive data on it?
Access. Do not allow contacts or call history. Yeah, pair.
Would you like to access your financial history?
Yes.
Signing into your banking app.
Transmitted your details to China.
This phone runs the Zettel card machine. That's its only purpose.
Okay. So all of the customers' financial data, that'll do. Perfect. Everybody's debit
Connected.
card, credit
Okay,
card.
it says it's synced. Right, have I got music on this?
You have a web browser.
Tell you what, if you want to play something, I'll see if I can tell you what it is that's playing.
There's YouTube. Let's see if I'm signed into something. Right.
Hey, some random headbuds just connected to my telly.
Reject. Right, let's do Adamant IT2. Sure, why not?
That'll do.
Right, and search for.
You're now gonna play this live stream through the phone
No.
to the earphones, so I can hear us talking to him.
I'm going to play a random
Oh,
drum
I'll
and
tell you
bass
what.
stream.
Hands free. These have got mics built in. We'll use them as the mics for the rest of the show. It'll be perfect.
Yeah.
You'll hear nothing.
Okay,
I'm
right.
under the water.
You should have some music. Is there any music?
Okay, I have music, but it literally sounds like I'm underwater.
Okay, let's
That
have
is
a listen.
literally the tiniest thing I've ever stuck in my ear. Please enjoy my ear sweat. I did not know that they made speakers that tinny.
Yeah, there's zero bass.
There's nothing,
like
is there?
even like so earbuds don't fit my ear canals properly, so like I would never have these comfortable, but like pressing them in so they seal, there is still no bass at all.
Yeah.
But they do technically work.
Yeah, they function. I think what we should do is just leave those somewhere, leave them still playing, and see if the battery lasts more than 4 minutes, and see if they actually.
I mean, we don't know whether they were full when we started.
No, that's true.
Oh, I've got connection issues.
Oh,
Oh. Is it dropped out or something?
Yeah, it's just dropped out.
Of just one ear or both?
Both.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I covered the right ear with my hand and it dropped out.
They need line of sight. It's infrared, yeah.
excellent.
Yeah,
It's
dropped
Bluetooth,
out.
but you have to hold the phone
It's
there.
back.
No,
Dropped
really?
out. Back.
Epic.
Outstanding.
I-
All right, there you go, folks. The minus 92 pence earbuds.
Yeah. So I think what I'd say is if I had the opportunity to purchase these again for minus 92 pence, I'd probably not bother. It's not worth waiting around just for somebody to deliver it, I don't think. Or the amount of climate change that comes free with it.
I'm curious as to how much the recommended retail is on something like this, because like obviously they were discounted, so like the price is meaningless. But all that aside, though, the cheapest earbuds money can buy, like it is. I'm curious as to how much it costs to actually make and sell this product that functionally does the same thing that AirPods do.
Yeah, so
Just badly, obviously.
I did have a look on AliExpress, and there were other listings for this exact product and very similar products, which were the same thing. And they appeared to
Hello,
generally be sold
does the
between.
inbuilt microphone work?
and they generally appear to be sold between like £6 or £7 on the deal. And supposedly the retail price, the value of them was £15 or thereabouts. So they started off very cheaply.
Microphone work?
Do you know if that was actually those though? That was probably the phone's mic.
Yeah.
I'm not sure because it certainly.
Do you know what Bluetooth profile it's used? So
Yes.
the microphone, obviously, what we just heard back sounded absolutely fine. So there is a
I
significant
think that was the
possibility
phone
it's
mic.
the phone.
Yeah, I do not, because like
don't
if that
think
was the earbuds, I'm like that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
So I do not believe for a second that was actually those.
No, I think that probably was the phone.
All right,
You can record for more than 10 hours.
I see.
I don't think I would have functioning hearing after 10 hours of those in my ears. I'd feel like I was under the sea.
Very well.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to see what the USB output on this can do. This is an electronic load that I've tuned to 5 volt and 1 amp.
Can you actually fit that in and the input? I don't know if that's actually an output or a pass through or a.
It's apparently an output of 5 volt 1 amp.
So this is effectively the world's worst power bank because it's got an approximate capacity
I think it might be overloading
around
it.
about 7 or 8
Can
milliamp.
you tune it down to like a milliamp?
Yeah. Let me just tune it down. I can't find my power meter, so I'm just having to plug it into the wall one.
I'm just plugging it into the wall.
Yeah, I'm having to plug it into this base station one to set it, and then take it down to 500.
Excellent. It can charge it between 0 and 0 watts. Oh, 1 watt.
So
0 watts.
we're going to need
1 watt.
something that's got
0 watt.
fractional.
1 watt. 0 watt.
Oh yeah. That, I mean, that's it's probably charging like 100 milliamps or something like that. I'm impressed that it actually worked on a power delivery thing. I would assume that this isn't compliant and just would not charge from a power delivery thing.
Yeah, we should use that.
Yeah.
Actually.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. It's holding now. So, right, let's go back to Thatcher's. Right. Right, so I've just plugged in this.
Are you
load.
hot in this summer weather? Well, without.
I'm melted it.
So I'm gonna dial this up until it cuts out, and then we'll just see what it actually went to. This would be more interesting if I had my power meter, so we could actually see what the load is drawing. But I'm just turning the dial until it cuts out, basically. Easy.
Easy tiger.
It might start low and then go high. Like, oh, there it goes.
There we go.
Yeah, okay, right. I'm just going to quickly plug this into the charger and see what it pulls.
A rabbit out of a hat.
We can also try and look at the input on that as well because we've got this guy.
Yeah.
To see if it actually charges itself at more than like 1 milliamp as well.
That one's busted, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've got the exact same one in my shop.
Yeah,
but,
at some point it's fallen on the floor and the screen is broken.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it monitors the power usage, but you just can't see it.
Yes.
Excellent.
It got to 800 milliamps, so it does not get...
Success.
Yeah, so it does, and also bearing in mind that the voltage was probably sagging before it cut out, so it was probably closer to 600 or 700 milliamps usable, which basically means it can't do anything.
We've been unfair though. I mean, we haven't fully charged it. 100%, it might just be absolutely crap.
All right. How hot's it down
It's
on?
charging my phone.
Is it though? Like that just means there's 5 volts to the USB port.
The fact that your phone screen is on means that you're going to be using power at a much greater rate than it could possibly charge.
Yeah, the temperature down here is 2 down hot. Apparently it's 31 degrees, which is
Yes,
like,
it's charging.
I think it was worse than that on
232.
Thursday.
Yeah.
There you go, 232 milliwatts.
232 milliwatts. Okay, yeah. I don't.
1% an hour.
I was going to say milliwatts. I have no comprehension of how much milliwatts is for charging.
1,000th of a watt.
Yes, not enough.
Yeah, I know, but like,
Out.
what's that in milliamps kind of thing, you know? However, considering the phone is capable of charging at like 50 watts, yeah, it's functionally zero. Yeah.
I'll leave it like that for a few minutes, see if
Yeah.
it goes up by 1%.
I think in the sort of final conclusion on it, I wouldn't offer 30p. I think that's
However,
where we've come to.
but
It's surprising that
it actually
does
functioned.
something.
Yeah. I was going to say I'm suitably impressed that they actually technically work.
Yeah, it could have literally been a paperweight or an empty box or,
Yeah.
you know.
So are
It
these
is a
Raycons?
Rude.
Also, sponsor me.
I don't know. Raycon are one of those brands now where I'm just like, I think the well is poisoned with Raycons, but I don't know. They still get that, you know, like, I don't know. Gamers Nexus still do Raycon now and then, don't they? I think.
Do they?
I didn't know they ever did.
Yeah. Gamers Nexus have done Raycon a couple of times.
Okay.
So yeah. Oh well.
Who knows?
Right. 250 milliwatts is 50 milliamps at 5 volts. So yeah,
divide by 5 because 5 volts. So.
that must be that must be whatever it's outputting minus the draw of the phone, I guess, if it's got and leaving you with about 50 milliamps going actually into the battery or something. But yeah, I never seen GN do Raycon. Yeah, I have. Yeah, because I was kind of surprised. All right.
So we've lost 8% on the case,
Yeah.
and the phone is gained
Zero.
0%.
I mean, it's probably actually lost current just by having the screen
We
on.
are successfully deleting power.
Should we do a teardown on the box?
We could pull it apart.
Yeah.
To see just how
Can we-
microscopic the little battery
I was going to say, I'm curious as to what the battery in there is.
It was pulling apart already.
Yeah,
the
I've got-
cover thing was just leveraging like the middle bit out.
Yeah, you can see the cell already. Just...
Yeah.
Yeah. We can pop her out of
Yeah.
that.
Go to bench cam again.
Bench cam with
cam.
face. Okay. There's a chance that this battery is going to have a milliamp capacity written on the side of it or such. Any
Okay,
guesses as to what this is
place
going
your
to say
bet.
on it? Is it going to be
300
200,
300
500?
300 milliamps.
Carol?
300 milliamp hours.
If it's a raw cell, I think the number on there is going to be like 200 milliamp hours. If it's like a
Okay.
repackaged one, I think it's going to say like 3 amp hour.
Yeah. So you're saying 200.
Yeah.
You're saying...
Yeah.
What was you saying?
I said 300. JD says 500.
Okay. I'm going to go for 400 just because I don't
You're
think...
going to be that guy.
I don't
okay.
think it's actually going to have that level of capacity in it. Like, I don't think that's what it'll hold. But
What is that a 50?
that's an AA.
Yeah, I was going to
That's
say
a
is that
double A.
14500. Okay, right. So
Okay.
got a tiny little controller board there. That's obviously just some kind of universal all-in-one solution.
That's a
some-
bigger battery than I actually expected in it.
Well,
I
it's a
was-
round cell, so
Yeah.
the physical dimensions are kind of just neither here nor there. Oh, it looks like it's completely unmarked.
Yeah, no print on that.
Oh, it's completely unmarked. So yeah, we'd have to.
Yeah.
My God, look at the quality of the spot welding on that.
Fabulous.
Jesus wept.
We failed to actually get it in the middle.
Yeah,
So supposedly that's on 80-something%
yeah.
capacity in it.
We'd have to do a charge We'd have to do charge testing on it to find out what it actually is. So, wah wah.
Watch this
no ideas.
space. We'll not find out in the near future.
Do you think there's anything printed on the actual metal?
What, if
I
we peel
wouldn't.
it back?
I don't think so. I don't think they ever print on the metal.
Normally
I-
it's a stamp
yeah.
on it, so I don't think it would
Yeah,
actually stamp
'cause
onto
you would put the
metal.
you put the manufacturing marks on plastic. So yeah, I think it's just completely unmarked. So yeah,
Yeah. Does it weigh much? The cell
Not
itself?
really.
Does it feel like
Okay, where's
nothing?
it? I'm just going to grab a double A.
I would say if you compared that to the physical weight of a Duracell AA or something, this
How's
is
that? Can I
probably
just
a
do a
quarter or a
size
third
comparison?
of the weight you'd expect.
Yeah, it is. It's a 14500, which is the size of a double A.
Yeah.
Because this is a 14500 lipo. This is a 14500 lithium ion. And yeah, it's the same size. So yeah, 14500 is a really rare size. But yeah, in an ideal world, these things top out at 800, maybe 1 amp hour. But 1 amp hour is incredibly rare, and it would need to be like genuine Panasonic or something to get to that capacity. So yeah, my guess is 200 milliamp hours on that. I have lowered my guess to 200.
I mean, you can immediately...
Because the reason why I say that is this one here says it's 1200 milliamp hours.
That's not, is it?
However, I did a charge test on these, and the real capacity of this is 200. So I know that fake 14500s are probably about 200. And just based on the weight and stuff like that, I think it's entirely believable that these are a very similar kind of cell. So that's my guess. So,
it's crap.
Oh, well, that was a giggle.
Yeah.
It's surprising, though, in a way, just that it all works.
It works, yeah. Like, that's the thing. Like,
And I think that's the power of, those integrated all-in-one chips,
yeah.
ultimately.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad I spent my negative 92 pence on it just to find out what the hell it was.
Is there a separate charge chip in there? Or is
Yeah.
it literally a single chip solution?
It looks like it's got a DW01 on it. I'd have to get it under the microscope to check, but there is a chip that looks suspiciously like a DW01, which is it's basically a lithium cell protection chip. So it doesn't have a charge control chip so much as just simply a protection chip that will just cut the power when it gets too high or too low. So yeah, I'm going to stick that under the microscope so we can
have
just
you
see
got
this DW01.
Spudger, yeah.
You might want a super slim one. Yeah. People are asking in the chat about opening up the buds, and I'm with you. We may see if we can pry at least one of these apart and see just how microscopic the cell is in that, because these do not weigh anything. There's approximately zero weight to them. There we go. Do you want to go on? Oh my god, it's puffed.
Oh, get that on.
Yeah,
go to Benchcam.
Amazing.
There's no useful markings on these ones.
Can you do a bit of zoom? Go back to 200.
Punch into 2, yeah. That's adorable. I've always been fascinated by the size of cells that you would put into earbuds. Because that I think is part of the magic of wireless earbuds, is how do you make like a battery that small? And there's your answer, I guess.
Certainly the original like AirPods and stuff, buds, they were round cells or they were wrapped in a circle.
Yeah.
So they were like an AAA battery kind of thing.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
imagine they
that's,
filled up the stem with it.
Is it already puffed? No, it's not puffed. That's just the size of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just how it's wrapped.
Yeah.
It's because it's so small.
Yeah.
If you take like a tiny square of paper and start folding it together, you'll end up with effectively the same sort of shape.
yeah.
You'll never get it to fold flat at that scale.
Yeah.
Which is why I like the little contacts for the plugging it into the dock to charge it. That like.
Yeah. For the sake of interest, I have actual lipo hobby cells here. So like what we're looking at, let's take that one as an example. What we're looking at is a miniaturized version of one of these.
Yeah. Is that rounded?
So yeah, as you can see, that's got some rounded sides. So as you can see, it's basically just a miniaturized version of that. That's an actual 1200 milliamp hour flat cell. So as you can see, it is essentially just miniaturized.
Circuit board on this is
So yeah,
empty. There is
it's
not a lot in there.
probably a single chip solution on them. Again, might have a DW01 just to charge the battery.
Yeah. And
Oh no, it is just a single chip solution there. Yeah.
And it's got to have some of the worst speaker drivers possible, because there's absolutely no quality of sound. I mean, it made sound.
Actually, is that like a piezoelectric or something hilarious like that?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, actually.
I
yeah.
can't tell.
I don't know enough about drivers to do any kind of identification on that.
All you can say is it couldn't possibly be any more crap and still produce
Yeah.
a sound that you could recognise.
I was impressed by the sound quality. given what it is.
Apart from the bass, yeah, it was clear.
In the
there was
sense
just
of-
zero bass.
Yeah, in the sense of like it was discernible that there was actual music there. It
Yeah.
wasn't just warbling or farting
Yeah,
or
like so I put on just a random liquid drum and bass mix, and like the highs and the highs and the kick drum were there, but the bass was completely missing. But what it was doing was clear. You know, like the highs and the mids, you could hear them. The music was completely audible. It wasn't just a static mess.
yeah.
There was just zero
That's
bass.
what I was expecting. I was expecting there to just kind of be static or just kind of that muffled vibration noise or something like that. But no,
Yeah.
just the fact that there was actually somewhat functioning sound. I was going like, oh, okay, that works. Yeah.
Yeah, and also
If anybody knows what that
Is
sort
that
of
a
driver is,
little magnet?
it looks like it.
Yeah, I guess that's how they.
Oh,
just
that-
keep
yeah,
it
that's-
in the dark.
yeah, that's to
Supposedly
keep it in
stay
the dock.
They
Yeah.
don't really stay in the dock, but
Well,
you know,
yeah.
you can't expect much.
yeah. Also, actually, can you
The
show
next question
the
is, can you put it back together?
the top of the board again? So yeah, the other side of the board. And there's a little. Is that a little spike sticking up in the middle there?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that
Is
a
that a
pogo
button?
pin? Like, can you press that in?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pogo pin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a touch sensor.
Yeah.
Yeah, because on the inside of the cap, there's a little conductive pad, so that is conducting up to the surface, which is enough for a capacitive touch sense. So that is a touch sensor. So yeah,
Oh, what? Instead of it just being like a micro switch that you're activating.
yeah,
when you press it
no,
in your ear.
yeah. Well,
Click.
yeah,
If you flick it too
No.
far, it pops out the other
My
side of your head,
earbuds
yeah.
have to have anti-vandal switches. Back in my day, clunking anti-vandal switches.
You have to go cook long.
yeah. Capacitive touch is actually incredibly basic and easy to do. It's easier to do than an actual mechanical switch because you can do it in electronics. So yeah.
I'm just changing track.
Yeah. Very well. Also, just as a side note, how is the sound quality for us on the microphone? Because we're on a room mic, and I did a very dirty setup, and we were doing a lot of peaking just then.
It's hanging from the ceiling
Yeah.
up there.
So, like, is our sound quality doing okay? Good. Yeah. Fine. Because I saw a lot of red just then. And I was like, are we? Because we were banging off the limiter a bit. But yeah, fine. Good. All right. No problem. So yeah, the little chip is probably a DW01 to charge the battery. The big chip is
Oh, the little one.
yeah. The big chip is an all-in-one micro, but it has no markings on it. So good luck identifying that.
It is a chip. It identifies as a chip.
Yeah.
There's not a lot there other than the ports.
Yeah. It's
Cool,
I'm legitimately impressed that it is that it will understand a power delivery input.
And obviously it's got that display in it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
It's kind of
I
cool.
think I've had enough of that.
Yeah, I think we've had our money's worth out of that, but kind of interesting is to just
We've had our 8 pence.
yeah.
Yes, or minus 92, either of which.
Oh, no, that's the top.
I'm not going to put this back together. I'm just going to pass it over there and see if Caradog magically does it for me.
Yeah, I'm just saying now, if you don't take that home, I will just throw it in the bin.
Okay. You say this. If I don't take it home, you'll throw it in the bin.
Mm-hmm.
Over there's the Veniscourt power supply that I brought 3 or 4 visits
Well, I'm
ago.
not allowed
that I
to throw
left
that
it.
literally in the bin. However, this I can throw that
And
in
it's
the bin.
just,
from
it's
the bin
still
is
in the
there.
it's still in the spot I put it.
I fancy my chances at hitting the top of the bin with it from here. I don't think it's going to knock the bin open and fall into the bin,
Okay.
but I think I can hit the bin from here.
So what's going to happen is at some point it's just going to be down the back of the bin for the rest of eternity.
Yeah. Right, Caradog's going to try and charge his phone again.
No, I wanted to turn the screen on to look at the screen.
Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah.
Without,
Yeah.
any filter or anything in
Yeah,
front of
it is. Yeah, so there's interesting things to say about the screen, just from a manufacturing perspective. It is purely white LEDs. It is not an LCD. It's just white LEDs arranged on a circuit board, and you can also and you can very clearly see the multiplexing when we have it on camera because you can see the shimmer, which is where it is strobing across the LEDs in sequence. So yeah.
that go in like that? Yeah, I think that goes in like that.
Caradog is trying to do a
Yeah.
reassemble.
So
I'm not sure how well this is going to go, but we'll leave him to it.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that that a custom LED array is cheaper than a custom LCD, but then again, it probably is, and it's probably easier to drive as well. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, we're assuming this is a device that is aiming to be sold at £5 or £6. I'm not quite sure why it was available to me for 8p. You know, I assume that they were actually intended.
How
to
did
sell
you
it for
find it?
some amount of
were
profit.
were you just scrubbing around AliExpress and you just saw it?
I
or something?
literally opened the homepage and it goes offers. You can buy this with coins. You can do this. Here's some underpants.
Yeah.
And I was looking for. I often look for like the Ryzen CPUs and stuff because the 7700s, the 7500Fs, and that they come up cheap on deals.
Yeah.
And I was looking for stuff like those, and occasionally I'll just scroll a bit. I'll just see
And you
what
just
pops
saw it.
up.
Yeah.
And it was just like 99% off, whatever. And I thought, what the hell is that? I'll click on it, and it goes, your price, 8 pence. Or no, it came up, I think, 10 cents, but you'll pay 8p. And I'm like, okay.
Imagine how much waste these
And
generate.
it was
Yeah.
free delivery and whatever. So I was like, I guess I own this now.
Yeah. Very well. The big IC do the display. It does everything else as well. Because yeah, the only other chip that's on the board is a little 6-pin chip, and that is absolutely not a microcontroller. So yeah.
Have you broken it?
No, it's just it lit up and
I'll tell
made
you
a
what,
jump.
right? If you break it, you owe me minus 92 pence, and I will collect it from you.
And by that you mean you'll give me money?
No.
Well, 'cause
Well,
if
that's how-
I
yeah, I was gonna say,
owe
that's how
you
that
a
works.
minus amount of money. Where's the rubber bit? It's over there.
Rubber-
May
oh,
I
yeah.
have the tip?
I pinged it off somewhere. There you go. Enjoy.
Fabulous.
And there I was about to say, it's getting dangerous to open AliExpress on stream these days, you know?
Literally, the amount of stuff that it comes up with, like, literally my search history is Ryzen CPU, Ryzen CPU, Ryzen CPU. And it goes,
But
here
they-
are these underpants.
But they really want to sell you programmers' socks.
Yes. Yes.
All right. I think we've had our money's worth out of this joke. However, we did get about 3/4 of an hour out of that, or about half an hour at least. So
Yeah.
we're on to a good start.
I think it's time to move on to some steak.
I think we should-
and then some chow.
I think we should try and cook some steak.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't think the butcher quite grasps the concept of me wanting it to be absolutely microscopic when I asked him. So we probably need to actually cut the tiny pieces of steak into even tinier fractions of pieces of steak. And then
Dave's
then
Unbranded
approach
says,
this.
I clicked on 2 guys. I'm not a math guy, but yeah. We have more. We can provide more guys, maybe, but
We can provide more guys.
all right.
we
Behold,
have guys.
here's another
There
guy.
you go.
Yeah, here is the rare Dave Bob.
So,
So, yeah.
this is actually a sort of binary stream. We're doing sort of 2 times 2 times 2.
Yeah.
There's another 4 and an 8 and 16 people out there.
There's actually another 16 people over there.
We're gonna do a clown car bit in a minute where just people keep getting out from under the table, you know. Okay, right. Anyway, is that what he looks like?
No,
No, it's a stand-in.
it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
It's actually an AI
I was
generated
about
image.
to say, yeah, we were generating AI in real time on those headphones.
By the power of the 50/50, you too can have 96% fake frames.
Yes. Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna grab the steak.
50 Shades
Okay,
of
get
Guy
the
Talk
steak.
Tech.
I'm going to put this e-waste back in the packaging.
I like that you can be loud and proud.
I have no words.
Okay, it is actually nice and cold. I was slightly concerned because when I opened your
My
fridge
fridge
earlier,
works.
I opened it earlier and I was like, this feels like about 15 degrees.
How dare?
I'm not quite sure, but it has actually cooled down, so we have actually got steak that's probably not going to poison us.
I think that fridge
We've
is
just
older
got-
than you are.
Probably it's like beige.
Right.
It's beige where it used to be white.
So the steak is nice and healthy.
Ah.
That's good. It's not toxic. It's not mouldy or anything. And now we're going to cook it on this thing and inject all sorts of flux and disease and everything to it, I suspect.
I might just clean around the sides one more time. I'm
Yeah.
like, I did clean it pretty good. But
Yeah, but
I'm not saying I'm paranoid. Bah!
I mean, we ought to probably clean it for the audience. Just we don't want them to take our word for it. We want them to know it's clean.
Oh, it's all over here. Could you pass me all of that? Thank
Would you like to clean it with some window and glass?
Yeah, I'm
Would
using
you
a bit
like
of
to
everything.
eat some window and glass cleaner?
Here we go. Right.
Are you also going to clean it with tape? I'm going to clean you with tape.
I will make you a mask out of the masking tape.
Wax you in the least efficient way possible.
Oh god, that would hurt, but also take 97 hours. Just like I got one hair. No, thank you.
How can a steak be healthy? What?
Well, I'm sure the cow was really healthy until they sort of slaughtered it and chopped it up a bit
Right,
for
I think
us.
that's pretty. I think that's pretty clean.
I'm gonna go with your thoughts on that.
Excellent.
I'm gonna have full faith in Graham's understanding of cleanliness,
Yeah.
and
Graham is a great demonstrator of cleanliness.
and explain it all to the hospital
All right.
tomorrow.
I'm gonna change sides with you because I'm not. I am not the cook. There's a plate that you can cut things on.
We'll probably want another plate just for the fact that raw stuff's going on this plate.
Yeah.
And then,
Go.
we may have not
which
raw
one, please?
stuff somewhere else if we're lucky later on.
Yeah.
See, now you're going to get really confused because not only is this not two guys, we're not talking tech, we're cooking steak.
Yeah.
With the advantage of some tech-based solutions to improve the cooking ability of your
If it's not an
premium cuts.
if it's not an air fryer, Graham can't use it to cook. Accurate, but also not entirely. Anyway, right.
So this is the thing. This is what the butcher gave me.
Yeah.
This is his version of the smallest piece of steak that he would cut for me.
Yeah.
And the problem we have,
Yeah. All right.
I don't
reckon
think
if you
that's small enough.
you could try and cut that in half, and you might get away with
halve
it.
it.
Right. So, what temperature do we want this to go to?
I think we need to get up to about 160 or so.
Okay.
'cause
Let's
I think,
both sides are set.
if I recall correctly, we want to get the outside of the steak to about 120 C or so, and
M1
then
is
the
at
middle
180.
should be about 60 degrees or so to get a sort of a
Google,
medium.
Can you air fry steak?
I'm sure you can.
Yeah,
you can air fry
absolutely.
anything.
Right. So,
I'm
okay.
not-
So you want to get it to 160? Did you say? So shall I set the
I
hot plate to
reckon.
180?
Well, I'm saying 160 for that.
Oh,
the
160
steak
for that,
getting
yeah.
to about 120 or so.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that to start with. I think.
I can never remember. The interface for this is garbage. Oh my god.
If you press the buttons enough times, does it do a function?
Yeah, I'm going to start off with this small piece, and if we're successful with that, I might do a slightly larger piece. But we'll see what we get away with.
I'll wait for that to time out because I don't know how you save it. There we go. Right. M1 temp is 160. So if we set it to go to memory 1.
Excellent.
Right.
What
there
sort
we
of
go. Right.
time frame does this take to heat up? Is it like the
It
soldering irons?
needs
that
a
take few seconds,
no,
or-
it needs a reasonable amount of time. So there's our temperature. So you can see
Okay.
it's climbing to M1 now.
Yeah, I do
So,
suppose
yeah.
we've got quite a lot more, obviously, thermal mass. We've got the whole
Yes,
plate. It's
it,
got
it does
flow
actually
through.
take a couple of minutes to get up to temperature.
Yeah.
Should we not go a little bit higher than where we want it to be, given the fact that the steak has thermal mass?
That's what I was saying with 160. But yeah, I mean, we could go 180. We could
Yeah.
overshoot.
Let me just quickly see what the other memory.
I think for
are
reference,
set
this
to.
thing goes up to about 300. So, if we find that the first bit it just isn't searing, isn't cooking, we can just go more.
Yeah.
Air fry eggs.
Oh, also
Yeah.
I can just manually override it, but
Yeah.
it is. Let's see, M1 temp, M2 temp is set to 210. That's close
That'll
enough.
do.
If we need more, we'll just go to
Okay.
210.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'll
Alright.
do us.
Right,
We'll
wait for
give
that to
that a
time out
shot.
and then tell it to start heating again. Okay, there we go. Right, and there we go. Okay, that's heating again.
So 140.
Use a thermal pad.
Ah,
No.
It's the surface anti-stick. Yeah, it's got a Teflon top on it, so
Yeah.
yeah, we should be okay. Right.
from
actually,
JD.
It's actually really complicated to turn this thing off because the interface is garbage. So when you want it to stop heating, literally just take the power cable out the back. So
Rip
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Dave
Alright.
Bob. From JD. I see why you're a catch in the old age homes.
Old age? I'm not old.
No!
I'm there.
No, he's saying that they're your prowling grounds.
Oh. I see.
I see. Well, that's 189C, so is that...
Aluminium foil to stop the drip. We have not made any plans of that ilk, so good luck, everyone.
What I should do...
I'm now going to salt it.
What I'm gonna do is try and rip the top of this salt off and actually get it absolutely everywhere is what I think's gonna happen. Does it have a shaky thing through the top? Yes. We'll have a couple of holes available. And yes, we'll do a slight bit of salting. It's probably gonna be all the salt, isn't it? Yeah.
Here is the tiny salt for a tiny steak.
Can you tell we are like, professional chefs here? This is
I put a lot of faith in you for this, Si. Si was just like, I'm going to come and cook steak. And I'm like, okay.
Well, I originally intended on
All
using
right.
the induction hob and stuff. And then I made the joke of using a CPU to cook some steak.
I thought we were
And
going
then
to
we
do
ended
both.
up with this. And then
Yeah.
we just ended up with this.
Yeah,
So.
I thought we were going to do this as a gag and then have the induction hob to do some actual steaks. Hey,
Ooh.
it's making noises.
I don't know if you can hear that or if the noise cancelling's got it, but that is doing the sear.
Yeah. Do you want a fork?
I would like a fork, and I'd like a clean plate.
And a plate for the cooked meat.
Because I'm going to take the not cooked meat off to the other side. Caradog can sit there and do what he likes.
This
with
is
it.
what would happen to your fingers.
And yeah, that's getting a nice sear. So I'm going to try and do both sides and flip it over and sort of do the edge in that as well.
We're going to have an intermission. Actually, we have the thermal cam as well, so we can thermal cam. And I'm going to start doing that from remote. I'm not going to show it off yet, because we've got a couple of these to do. I'm going to start testing for thermal cam shots.
You start preparing.
It's doing the thing. It's cooking it. I mean, I don't know why I expected anything else. We put meat on a hot plate. That's what happens, but...
Here we go.
It smells really good.
There is something that we haven't discussed with this. There's 4 of us here.
Yes.
Okay.
Who's going first?
Chef's privilege.
I tell you what, chat.
Chef perks.
Chat. Let's have a vote. Put the name in chat of the person who has to eat the first bit of steak and potentially get all of the poisoning from the hot plate.
we'll be
They're
alright.
probably going to face the most chemicals.
Can you make a poll? A poll's a thing?
Yeah,
in
that's
Yeah,
right.
you probably want to do a pop-out chat. And then try and do it from there, because you're on
Yeah.
fan funding at the moment.
Okay, we're going to do a poll.
Plus, engage, start a poll.
Start
yeah.
a poll.
Yeah, alright, hang on a sec. There's a poll coming.
Who goes
Who dies first? Yeah.
Who receives the first death?
What's up with your keyboard?
Who receives the voice?
Have you
Oh.
got a second keyboard plugged in or something? The poll might be slightly broken because the keyboard's
Add
broken.
an option.
That's fine. We have a delete key. We have... God, it smells so good, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this one's about done and all. I think we're about there because it's a tiny little piece, so we're on a 177 for the thermal mass.
Why is your equipment broken?
I don't know.
Is that keyboard liquid damaged or something?
I don't know. I will not elaborate.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. The poll is up.
Oh, who put my...
You're a rave Bob.
Excellent. Can I have
You're a
the...
rave Bob, but then the B started repeating.
May I
so
see the
you're a rave
camera?
Bob.
May I please see the bench cam? No, that one. Yes.
Yeah.
So we have
It's looks delicious.
a tiny little bit of steak.
How long is the thing for?
I have no idea how long we cooked that for and stuff. If you thermal camera it, in theory, the outside temp should be about 120. So
It's probably dropped by now.
good.
Yeah, it's like at 60 by now. But yeah, it's going to change temperature really quickly because there's not much to it.
Well, it's supposed to rest for a few
Right,
minutes anyway.
Sai
so-
is running away with the poll at the moment, closely followed by me.
Yeah. Actually, what I could do with is another knife. I'm just going to slice it in the middle and see what are the conditions going to be like?
Yeah, I was going
On
to say,
the
we're being
inside.
brave. We're not brave enough to go blue, though, are we?
No, I'm gonna
You should put
slice it
another
in the middle
piece on
and
there
just have a
now.
look. Sure.
This ain't sharp, but you'll have to saw it in half with that, you know.
I don't think I need to saw much. See,
That's
that's
right.
cooked through. That
Yeah.
is fully cooked.
Yeah,
so
we are-
It doesn't need that long.
Yeah, we are cooked through. It's such a small amount that, yeah.
Do I dare say it's me?
Yeah, it certainly looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah. I don't think that's going to end. How's the flavour?
That is tender and delicious.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
put salt on this one.
Yeah, like, in fairness, like, there's no reason why this won't work. This is,
Okay.
yeah, like, if we were doing this on a CPU, I'd be like, I don't know. That, like, it's very funny, but I don't think it's going to actually work. But I think that's the joke, is that this actually works.
Yeah.
That is fatty. Should make some smoke. There you go.
There you go. You got a bit of smoke there.
Outstanding.
Rainfall.
Right, I'm going to pull the camera out and go for the thermal cam view. This may or may not work.
Oh, look at that.
Live thermal cam view, everyone.
How mistakey.
Who's next?
I'll go next, but I think by
Hey,
poll
I
it
came
should
second
be
on the poll. I came second on the poll. I
Oh,
did
so
it.
you want it now?
Hey, I would have taken the first one. I was just waiting on the poll. I was going to say,
Sir.
well,
You have a steak.
You're waiting to see.
Look at this.
someone
Imagine you
buy
go to a
them.
restaurant and they serve you something this big. That'll be 8 pence, please.
They will they'll charge you £80 and call it haute cuisine.
average Jamie Oliver experience.
Mine was very nice. Yours did.
Would
get
you
a
eat
little
this
bit of
chicken
arsehole.
tender? Yes.
Oh no, that's so good though.
It's nice, isn't it?
See, the comparison we now need to make is it as good as last night?
Last night was very good. For those that don't know, which is everyone, me and Caradog went out with some people and we had some nice T-bone steaks last night, which were, I think they were like 40-something quid each, so they were at least half decent. 20 ounces. So yeah, so we're sort of in our heads making a slight sort of comparison between that and what
Adamant
we've got
meat.
here. Yeah, I'm gonna go for this slightly thicker bit.
Use a parsley sprig. Yeah. There's a lot of things we could do to improve this, but I think we were just like, let's keep it simple.
Yeah. Do you want a thermal camera again?
£40 for a half decent steak.
JG's going to be like, yes, well, in my country that would cost 70 pence.
Yes, but in your country,
Carol, can you zoom
JD,
out again, please?
the average income is 18 pence.
Oh, that works actually. Yeah.
Yeah, so if I flip
Can you
it
still
over
see
now-
what you're doing? Ah, man down. We
Doesn't
did-
matter. It's gonna get some more heat on it.
We
That'll
cleaned the.
burn off. We
I was
cleaned the
gonna-
desk
I was gonna-
anyway.
No, we didn't. We cleaned the
okay.
hot plate a lot more than we cleaned the desk. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, but it's hot. Yeah, whatever bacteria it's just picked up, I've just superheated.
It's
to
not the
180
bacteria that's
degrees
the
instantly.
problem.
Beggars belief is like there won't be a stream next week. Everyone will have food poisoning.
No, we'll have recovered by then.
I'm pleased. This is going remarkably well.
I don't know why you're surprised.
Oh, well, I mean, if I doubted you that much, I would have said no. I would have said like, no, that's going to be a disaster. But
The moral of the story is never doubt me.
I
just
think
just
I
always expect it to go mad.
I just wasn't sure if it was going to go this well. I guess.
Who was third in the poll?
Well,
Me.
Caradog was making noises. Yeah, yeah, and then.
Sir?
Next week,
Thanks.
4 people
Oh, hang
called Afterlife.
That is for the Caradog.
Hom.
Un petit steak.
I mean, there's appetizers and there's like appetizers for appetizers. Which is basically
It
what
doesn't
these
taste
things.
anything like apple.
There's a there's a Demolition Man joke in here somewhere where they all go to Taco Bell and there's just like, 4 things on the plate and a drizzle kind of thing. No one's seen Demolition Man?
Is it a film?
This is one thing on the plate and
No.
no drizzle. So
Is it a film?
Chat, help me out here. Is it? And yeah, yeah. So someone in the chat has seen Demolition Man and is like, "Ha, that man is hilarious." So yeah. All right. Yeah. See, chat is with me. We're getting Demolition Man memes. So yeah. Will cooking work better with thermal paste? No. Well,
the cooking might go well, but the eating will not.
yeah. It would be kind of funny to do, like, the last one we do when we've had enough is just
Here
to
we go.
just
This is-
flux everything.
Are you coming over to participate?
Yep. Come on, let's have your opinion.
I wanted my medium rare, but never mind.
Yeah, I have kind of gone for a bit of a cooked, just in case kind of situation.
Do you think you could
What are
get
your
away with
thoughts?
just putting a large lump on there?
We might be able to.
Surprising, isn't it?
This was a success.
Yeah, like, there's no reason why it wouldn't work,
This
but
was a
somehow you're
triumph.
surprised.
So what I'm going to do here is just go for a much larger piece, and then we might actually get a little bit of pinkness in the middle, because at the minute, because of the size of the pieces, it's very hard to actually get it pink and see it on the outside, because the outside and the inside are very, very close to each other. But yeah, we'll go for...
I was at a bar thousands of years ago into the future. I was at a barbecue with the class where I was learning Japanese. This is when I was 18.
So it was thousands of years ago, legitimately.
Into the future. We were doing Japanese barbecue, and they were cooking cow's tongue on a tiny little hot plate, and you put it on there for like 10 seconds. Just go, turn it over. That's it. It's done, kind of thing. And it was okay, but this was better though. You burn more calories making it than calories it provides. Yeah, likely.
Well, it's okay. Imagine if you had a whole row of these hot plates. It cost you £7,000 and you could cook approximately half a steak.
I think you are heat soaking it though, because now and then the hot plate temperature drops by a couple of degrees and then it recovers.
It is just from the steak. Because
Yeah.
It is sucking up the heat.
How many watts is the little heat thing?
Oh, we should have put a power meter on
I
it.
don't know. It's on a 65 watt Type C adapter, but I don't know what the actual rate. Actually, I might have the box over here. I'll just see if I have the specs.
I might have the box because I don't throw anything away.
Is it me next again, or are we?
It depends. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, it's 60 watts.
Well then.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm going to do that, and now because it is a bit of a bigger lump that we've gone for, I'm just going to see what I've ended up with. And yeah, so I have got a fraction of pink in this one. I have gone very slightly. We're not quite well done this time. So yeah.
Where's the chips? We don't have any chips.
I shall give this one a taste. And
I've got a pack of McCoys. We can get those. That's
juicy and delicious. I mean, last night's steak was really very good, but at the same time, this is legitimately excellent.
Overcooked, says JD. Look,
Yes,
consider our situation here, man.
as we go bigger, it will be easier to get it at the level that we want.
The chips are all in PCs, yeah. The chips are the friends we made along the way.
We should probably talk about computers or something. At some point,
Maybe, yeah.
But we'll get there.
Yeah, like if people have what happened in the news? Anyone got news? Well, we can talk about that while we do this.
The 50-50.
Ugh. I'm 50-50 on whether it's rubbish or crap.
Yeah, it's just a solid meh because like the 50-50, like the 3060 is giving it a run for its money
And has more VRAM.
and has more VRAM. So it's just it is just stagnation in all possible ways. But did we expect anything else?
I think I'm going to go quicker on this one and just See if I can get a bit of rarity in it.
I mean, we could turn down the heat and just cook.
Yeah.
Or, oh, well, no, you want more heat to
I
sear
want
it, right?
a nice sear,
Yeah.
and then basically sear and done. That's effectively all I'm doing is sear all of the outside, so there's no pink showing as such, and then hope that that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the worst part about the RTX 5050 news is just accompanied with it is just like I think this happened more recently, but I think this happened a while ago. But the thing is, the Nvidia cards have come down in price to closer to their MSRPs and are in stock. So like the worst part is everyone wants to hate on the Nvidia 50 series,
Right.
but the problem is that they're actually kind of viable now.
I mean, that's rare.
I'm gonna have some. I'll have the other bit as well.
How does that compare to the essentially what would be a well done steak? Still very juicy as such, but what was essentially a well done.
It's got yeah, it changes the profile of the bite, if that makes sense. Like the texture is different.
You and that word again.
Yes, but
It's all profiles and bites to you.
yes. However, look, bite is a really good word. Anyway, yes, it's got a little bit more. Yeah, the texture is nicer. 50/50s or OEM parts. Yeah. It's kind of just not relevant. But also on the flip side, it's just the issue of like I think the 50/50 people were kind of hoping that it would at least demolish a 3060 because it's like $250. So that's the thing. It's just like the 50 class is supposed to be an OEM part, but we're looking for graphics cards that are affordable, which is why the conversation is happening in the first place.
Yeah.
Because, once five or 6 years ago, when we were on
4 times.
the long ago, 5 or 6 years ago, you could buy a suitable graphics card for £200. The 9066 gigabyte went down to like £220.
4 gigabyte. The 1960 came in 2 and 4
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of the 1060. Yeah,
It'd have been the 1063
The
gigabyte.
1063 gigabyte went down to 200, and you could get the 1066 gigabyte for like 230, something like that. So that gave you a decent mid-tier graphics card
Give me
kind
my
of thing.
hamster steak.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah,
Here we go, Carol.
Thank you.
yeah. Keep them coming. These are good. I'm hungry for more.
I'm just carrying on.
Yeah, serve it all up.
See, if we move on conversation wise, but it doesn't.
Oh yeah, no,
doesn't
we
matter.
we
We'll
can
just carry on
converse while we.
nattering and,
Yeah.
And having,
Yeah.
I do not want to put this to waste.
It will beat a 3060. That the 3060 was available as a 12 gig as well as an 8. Yeah. This thing, I want to see more people showing side-by-side comparisons of like 16 gig and 8 gig cards and 12 gig and 6 gig cards, because the problem is it's down to how the card degrades when it's out of VRAM. When you run out of GPU horsepower, your FPS comes down. But when you run out of VRAM, you get catastrophic micro stutter and texture pop in, and you have very ungraceful degradation.
Oh yeah, 100%,
That's the problem, and this doesn't show up in benchmarks. Like the 1% lows look a bit naff, but this is the thing: the benchmarks don't show the actual reality of running out of VRAM and how catastrophic that is. Pretty sure mainstream reviewers here have done it. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah, any specific examples? Because like Hardware Unboxed have touched on it with I think the 5060, I think. But yeah. Get the air fryer. The air fryer is boring.
Yeah.
It would do it, though.
It would dry. You wouldn't get the flavour out of it, of a nice sear.
Not a sear.
Yeah,
No.
it would cook it.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't get
You could.
what you get from
I guess you
DirectSpeed
could.
like this.
No.
Yeah. People need a graphics card for when the CPU has no iGPU for office work. The problem is now is that all the CPUs do have iGPUs. So like I don't think that flies anymore either.
So
So yeah.
Thank you very much.
And I think we are getting into the realms. Well, no, that's not true. Because iGPUs are maybe going toe-to-toe with like a GTX 1650. So, yeah, we're not there yet. So, yeah. Yeah, Hardware Unbox did the 2060 right the way through to the 50. Okay, that's fair, yeah. Yeah. More people need to be looking at that then in that case, I guess. Random question. What do you think about the 7700 and the 9060 XT for an all-round PC, office, and gaming? Yeah, the 9060 XT is fine, especially if you can get it at MSRP. The 7700.
Buy the 16 gig one.
Yeah, get the 16 gig one. Do you mean a Ryzen 7700 CPU there? Because in which case, yeah, again, because the Ryzen 7700 as a CPU, yeah, great.
very dependent on the deal that you're getting though. If you're paying Amazon prices for excess of £200,
yeah,
not ideal. But if you look around for the coupons on AliExpress, you've got a very good chance of picking one up for less than 140. And some of them recently I got for 122 quid, I think they were.
You can save big money by getting them from AliExpress.
You're talking almost half the face value of it by the time you've done that.
How's the 5050 compared to a 6600 or 7600 in terms of value? Well, this is the interesting thing, is like, it's very easy to clown on the 5050, but also if you compare it against like a 6600 or a 7600, I think it might be a better prospect, but also I think at that point you should just save a bit more money and get like a 6700 XT.
6700, 6750 XT.
Yeah, that's the thing.
The 5050 is about 20% faster.
Yeah. So that's the thing.
And 6060s are selling for like £110 second hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's over double the price to get 20%.
A couple of months back brought I think it was a 6650 XT and it was 140 quid used.
Yeah.
And that's the XT, which is going to be, where's the XT compared to the 5050?
The 6600 XT is like 3% faster than 6600.
Yeah. So the 6650 XT is going to be another couple of percent on that. So
the 6650 XT is apparently faster than a 5050.
Yeah. So there you go. Buy one of those used for 150 quid or less.
Yeah, that's the thing. For a long time, I've been very resistant to comparing the used market against brand new.
That's delicious. That's my first rarebit.
I've been very resistant against comparing brand new for second hand. I've been unconvinced that it's a fair comparison. But with the price the graphics cards are at for the low end and mid range cards, with how little option there is available, I'm like, I think that used is your best option. Like once you get into the upper mid range and high end cards, then maybe not. But if you're trying to build a PC for sub £500 or £600, used is legitimately your best option at this point.
I'll say
Intel
I'd go as
graphics.
far as saying it's your only option if
Sure,
you actually
yeah.
want performance and value and
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, what on earth are you building for £500 or £600 with just new components that are, especially if you go Nvidia or Intel?
Yeah.
What are you getting for that money?
90 RX 9070 for 470 quid.
Yeah. Dave's Unbranded says, everyone forget Intel graphics card is the best value right now. Nobody talks about them.
Is it though?
Well, they're pretty good bang for buck, and yeah, like they are competing in this category, and they're competing pretty good. But the problem is every time they come up, quite a couple of times, Carol and I have been speccing a PC on the show, and I'm like, I'm not brave enough to sell someone an Intel graphics card, but I think I'm being unfair.
Yeah, I mean.
And maybe it's time for me to do another Arc challenge. Maybe it's time for me to rob Caradog's Battle Mage out of the stream PC, take it home, and run it for a week or two. because I will legitimately put it through its paces.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that I'm just going to throw Elden Ring at it and see how it does, because I'm doing video transcoding, video editing, I'm doing light, medium, and heavy gaming, I'm doing VR. Like, can Battle Age do VR? Because Arc just could not do VR based on everything I heard. Like, VR just did not work on
It'd
Arc.
be interesting to compare the actual A770 now and just go, was that a software issue at the time?
Maybe, yeah.
Because obviously, if it was a software issue at the time, then
Yeah.
yeah, that's great.
I mean,
So
that's always been a concern about selling them, isn't it? It's like, all well and good, you can play with it for yourself and get it working.
Is it all
but
gonna work?
if you
Yeah.
sell it to somebody as a customer and they play one particular game on their PC and that doesn't work on an Intel GPU, suddenly you're in that situation of, well,
It's gonna come back in.
It's going to come back in the
Yeah.
shop. What are you going to do next?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. No. Oh, it's so good. It is.
We have success.
Yeah. I think the problem is, though, as well, we need Intel to prove that they're actually going to keep releasing drivers and GPUs.
Yeah, as
because-
Scotty Doggy said. But then, I mean, they came through with Arc, and like even if we don't see Celeste is going to be the
Even
next
if
one.
if we don't see Celestial,
Yeah, even if Celestial doesn't happen, I think Battlemage will see support for its lifetime.
maybe.
how long's its lifetime though? What do you actually say is its lifetime?
Just because
If there's
obviously
nothing
the
else.
1080 has only just dropped support from Nvidia,
Yeah.
so it's kind of a case of whilst different performance class, because obviously the 1080 was a
Yeah.
flagship at the time, it's also still the case of if the Intel card drops support in 2 years' time, well, it's a case of cool, but you could have possibly have bought that new in a year's time and had 12 months of drivers. So, yeah.
Yeah. Intel's years behind because they faffed in the early days, shelved graphics cards back in the Skull Trail days and such. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Arc project is different. They are still behind, absolutely, but considering what they're up against, I think they've done all right. And like, obviously competition is good, so we want there to be a third player. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if you want there to be a third player, you're going to have to accept that whoever that third player is has got to start today.
That's it.
Not
Yeah, it has to be
decades ago.
Intel.
So
Yeah.
and they're the only people who are doing it. So pretty much.
Yeah. 1080 Sport only lasted so long because the 1650 series used the same chips and was slightly newer. Yeah, effectively, yes. But, yeah, I guess. Although, it is that old story of the driver itself probably hadn't actually changed in years. It was just compatibility with the software package, per se. But, yeah. Yeah.
Thanks.
Me says, I had a choice of B580 or 3060 12 gig for near the same price. That's the problem. Like, that you're going to take the 3060. And yeah, that's the thing. But I think I do want to try doing a Battle Mage challenge. Because I think that because that can change my mind. And folks were saying, oh, video editing on old software doesn't count. I'm like, okay, sure. However, I'm still doing video encoding with it after the fact. And also, like, if you're a serious video editor, you're probably going to buy a higher end card anyway. But also, I think it's mainly just my objective would be to hunt for obscure random games and obscure random things like, VR and stuff that doesn't work. Because that's the stuff that doesn't get tested very much. Or not in the mainstream. Because, yeah, like there are VR channels out there that do VR reviewing and stuff like that. But the mainstream tech media doesn't really do VR. The closest thing you get is someone just putting on the new VR headset trying it out for the day kind of thing. There, you know, there's not a lot of discussion on the intricacies of running VR, like what software were you running through and stuff like that. So yes, you don't need AV1 coding. Arc isn't all that. Yeah, but does it work? Because that's the thing, you know.
It can be naff, and that's fine. It's
Yeah.
just if it doesn't
Like,
function.
that's
for,
the thing.
For certain things, that's a problem.
I'm not expecting the Arc to go toe to toe with the 4080 that I have at the moment in terms of like transcode speeds and stuff.
But will it work? Will
yeah.
it transcode?
It needs to be serviceable and make me go, for the price that this costs, I don't feel robbed, you know.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Is there more to VR than putting on the headset? Yesn't. It depends on what headset you have and things like that. Because for most VR players, you're generally aiming for you mainly want to get things through into Steam VR. But let's say, for example, you're running let's say you're running a Vive headset. You're going to have the Vive software, which itself launches Steam VR inside the Vive software. So you go through multiple layers to get there. Think of it like game launchers. If you buy the latest Call of Duty on Steam, when you launch it, Steam launches the EA launcher that then launches the game. It's the same deal with VR. You're going to run the software that is native for the headset, which then launches Steam VR, which then launches the game. It's terrible. And like by comparison, if I'm using a Quest 3 at the moment, so for my Quest 3, I put on the headset and it's running Meta Horizon OS. I use that to run virtual desktop, which then passes me through to Steam VR. So you know you've got these layers of abstraction that you need to go through in order for the VR system to work. So yeah. So that's where these complications come in, and it's a question of is Arc going to have a worldwide hissy fit when virtual desktop tries to run, for example, you know. So yeah, there can be more to it. Once you have all your setup in place and working, man down, it's fine.
It's getting seared anyway.
Yeah.
It's about to go straight on the heat.
Once you have your setup in place and working, getting started is very quick and simple. As I say, I put on my headset, I push virtual desktop, and bam, my computer's desktop appears as a virtual screen in front of me. And then at that point, I can go Steam VR, launch the game that I want to play. But explaining that setup to someone, there are multiple stages because you've got to get the app and install it on your computer and blah blah blah. But yes, there's a few YouTubers messing around with UE VR injector to get stuff running. I have dabbled in that. UE VR is very, very interesting because
Is it functionally injecting VR support into stuff that isn't VR?
Yes. So basically, Unreal Engine VR functionally will add VR support to any game running Unreal Engine 4 or above. So, for example, I tested this with Palworld. I played Palworld in VR. However, the controls were awful and completely unusable. With a lot of tweaking and fettling, I probably could have made it work, but because the controls were not designed with VR in mind, very simple things right down to just locomotion, so just moving around in the world, were extremely difficult. So yeah, there's complications to it, but UEVR can do some very interesting things, and it is one of the things. It is one of the reasons why I want more games to have VR support, because UEVR kind of proves that it's not a technical limitation to that, and there are a lot of games which are just immensely fun to do in VR. You know, like Palworld was extremely fun because you play the game on your screen, but then when you play it in VR, suddenly everything is life-size and all the pals are huge and you're like, whoa, you're huge, you know. And so it changes the dynamic. It changes the way the world looks, you know.
Sorry. You just say, wow, you're huge.
Yeah, well, that it's really, for people who have never used VR, it's difficult to portray that first impact of getting in VR and everything actually being life-sized.
Yes.
You
Oh
know?
my god, you're so big.
Yeah, well, just...
I'm taken back by the size of you. Yes.
Y'all are joking. Whatever.
We'd already lost it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Neon says, so should I get a Quest? I think the Quest 3 is a very good value. I think the Quest 3 is a very good value for money headset. It troubles me to recommend buying a Meta product because Zuckerberg is a lizard man.
Zuckerberg.
However, the Quest 3 is an extremely good value proposition for someone wanting to get into decent VR without breaking the bank. Because if you want something that's better than a Quest 3, you will be paying twice the price. Starting price. You know, Quest 3 is about 400 quid, I think. You know, $400, something like that. If you want anything better than a Quest 3, you will be paying closer to $800. So that means that the Quest 3 suddenly becomes basically your only option. Or if you want to go cheap, then you get a Quest 3S or a Quest 3Q or whatever the light version is. However, that's only good if you're really strapped for cash. If your budget is $0, then it is cheaper. However, also it doesn't have the pancake lenses, and the lenses on the Quest 3 are the lenses on the Quest 3 are just objectively amazing. Wow, thank you. Oh.
Well, again, no, we are munching through the steak. I did go to the guy that only actually wanted the one of them out of the free cuts that he offered me. I kind of feel like I should have had the lot. Like, yes, this is tasty. We'll have all of it, please.
Yeah, we should have bought more and got the actual induction hob so we could actually just cook.
Just gone.
Yeah, we could have done a couple of these as a joke and then actually had steak. Now we're just all sitting here being like, I want more.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, A, it's really nice, so I'm cooking. So we're cooking it because it's nice, and B, why would I waste it? What else are we going to do with it? So.
Oh yeah,
We are going to finish it for the sake of our own enjoyment, not yours.
Yeah.
Because
I do
screw
enjoy.
you. We've got steak.
I do enjoy my meat
Yep.
on stream.
Yes. I salt it as well.
Age of Empires 2 in VR. I'd try it. Like you wouldn't be able to play it, but what would be extremely I want to see more games. Like remember when Space Game spreadsheets.
Space game spreadsheets.
Help me.
When Eve Online.
Eve Online. Yeah. So am I wrong? Yeah, no. Anyway, so yeah, when Eve Online were going to do Dust 923 or something like that, which was going to be a first person
514.
514. There you
Okay.
go. Dust bunch of numbers. Sounds like a Twitter bot.
I wouldn't know.
They were going to, so it was going to be a first-person shooter that you could play as an FPS game. But the thing is that Eve players would be the ones who would be like dropping you onto the planet for the mission you were going to run and stuff like that. So you would have players in one game managing high-level strategic drops and stuff, and players who are in a different game being a grunt on the planet with a gun kind of thing. And like, Age of Empires, it would be funny to do like a sword and blade style game where you do a medieval hand-to-hand combat while you have like an actual player doing actual strategy, saying we want you to move to this location and engage with these enemies kind of thing. So yeah,
I imagine Control telling real people what to do. They're never going to listen.
No, it's
never going to work.
It's extremely difficult to actually pull off, but conceptually it's a cool idea. Failing that,
It's also why it was a console game.
Yeah. Zing. But then on the other hand, you also have games. Now, I'm going to catch some flack for this one because it was a terrible game, but Command and Conquer Renegade. which is a game that's probably older than the average age of the audience. Command & Conquer Renegade was a first-person shooter where you played as a special character in the Command & Conquer universe, and you would go around and you could it was just a first-person shooter. There was no one doing strategy and stuff, but the point is that you would go into bases and you would see all the Command & Conquer Tiberian Sun buildings around you. And like you could go into the Temple of Nod and fight guys in the Temple of Nod and stuff like that. So conceptually, it was a cool idea. Unfortunately, the game sucked and had the worst protagonist ever to protagonist. Yeah. Did you play it?
It was terrible.
It was awful.
I played a lot. I played a lot of that game.
Did you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot.
It was. Do you recognize it as being terrible?
No.
Oh,
I see.
You are terrible.
disagree.
Yeah, I was going to say we have a sympathizer here, but yeah. Right, I'm back reading chat because I've run out of things to say.
You might need to clean off your hot plate at some
Yeah.
point.
I was gonna
Well,
say-
we're about there. There's a couple of bits more, and then there's bits that have got, that I'm not actually going to make a nice little cube out of. So
Yeah.
we're approximately a couple of bits to go on this.
Yeah, it's not sticking though, is it?
No.
Yeah,
no,
that's
the
fine then.
Teflon is
Yeah.
Tefloning.
Yeah. Si, what kind of cook are you using blunt knives? Because I supplied the knives.
Yeah. Imagine having something that was sharp in this place. It would be dangerous.
It's okay.
Yeah, and
That ain't sharp. Yeah, actually, I think that one got changed reasonably recently.
yeah, and God knows all the things it's cut that
Yeah.
we don't want to know what sort of diseases that's got. So
All right. Is it English steak? Yeah, it came from the butchers from across the street
yeah,
today.
we should do
So,
a
yeah.
shout out to them, but actually they made me pay for it, so we won't.
Hey,
The
Adam,
guy was very confused.
what's your opinion of game support lifespan? So I guess this is coming in from the Stop Killing Games stuff. And so I fundamentally support Stop Killing Games because why wouldn't you? But I don't think we're going to see change. So like I support them, I wish them the best, I hope they get stuff done, but I'm not holding my breath. But yes, I support their high level objectives, which is that when a game is end of life sunsetted, it should remain in a working state. Because also, in the vast majority of cases, the solution to that is just as simple as just release the dedicated client. Remember when we had dedicated clients? Remember when Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1, there was the multiplayer dedicated client that anyone could run and spin up their own Call of Duty server? That's the solution. That's all you need. And we don't need source code. We don't need, you can pull out the licensed music. All you need is just the dedicated client.
Yeah, I kind of feel you should do like two steps to it. So you have one minimum. The game is fully supported for X time frame, 10 years, whatever, and then the second requirement is after that time frame, it's still playable to some extent.
Yeah.
But you may have to jump through this hoop and that hoop and set up your own server for
That's
it.
it. No one's asked. Yeah, that's
But
it.
you still own the game and still can play it should you want to.
That's it. And there are plenty of examples of this happening. Stop requiring games to call home. Yeah, and Dave says open source it and let it roll. I mean, sure, I'm not opposed to that, but also,
Yeah, basically.
yeah, like I'm not enough of an expert to know if there are any real limitations in open sourcing it. Because lots of people will call back and be like, remember when John Carmack open sourced the Doom engine and stuff? My guy, that was in the 90s.
I had it happening.
I think we can all agree that games have moved on to the point where we're not in the same landscape, and I think the conversation is more complex than that. If it's possible to open source it, sure. And to a certain extent, I guess it's a matter of well, if you're not running any official games anymore, then what does it matter if you open source it and someone finds a flaw or whatever? That just, leave it to the community. It ain't your problem anymore.
That's mine. It kept rolling.
How convenient.
Right, it kept rolling on the
Yeah.
floor. So.
However, again, just dedicated client solves this issue, and and also like people are saying a lot of live service games, oh, they're not balanced for single player and stuff like that. I'm like, well, maybe you should. I don't think it's difficult to solve that problem. Hell, Final Fantasy 14 can be played entirely solo without talking to other human beings, and that's an MMO. So don't tell me that that can't be done, because it very much can. Yeah, that's my take. An indie team having to provide server support for 10 years isn't going to happen. They can't afford it. Dedicated servers will be a AAA company. That's the thing, though. They don't have to provide support. Just make the dedicated server, which is what you're running on the official server. Just release the binary executable for that. And leave it to the community. There is no support. If people find security flaws in it, too bad. Not our problem. It's released to the community. Good luck. Wash our hands of it. But then the community, if they find a fix, then good for them. We're not holding anyone responsible for anything.
Oh God.
Yep.
That's about all I'm going to get out of that without bits of
it's
pieces.
just all dog ends now.
So that's where I'm going to stop, unless anybody wants to make anything else out of it.
I think the hot plate goes up to 350. Oh, I put the box away now. Yeah. I think the hot plate can go up to about 350, just for interest's sake. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yes.
Basically, just you released a utility that allows the community to run the server
Yeah.
in as a dedicated server client.
Yeah. See, like Scotty Doggy says, BattleBit wouldn't have been developed if they had to keep the servers on for 10 years. No one's asking them to keep the servers on for 10 years.
No, they
Just release the dedicated server.
Yeah.
And then the community runs a server for 10 years.
Make it-
off their own backs.
It has to be a minimum of 5 years, and then you can have a community server.
Yeah.
Or just make it so you have to have community servers,
Yeah.
because then that cuts their cost.
People like to keep their networking tricks and server ticks to themselves and such. But, again, this is why I'm saying I'm not asking for source code.
You literally just release
Just the
client.
binary. Yeah, literally just release the binary. That's it,
Yeah.
And peer-to-peer is the obvious answer. Yeah, that's the thing. There are plenty of solutions to this because we've got decades of evidence of solutions to this. The current state of game support is a choice made by big publishers. And part of that is a mixture of, and in a way we dug our own grave because we wanted matchmaking. Whose is the last one? I'm going to take it.
You take it.
Oh.
And I'm just going to tidy up this.
Just stick it all in the kitchen if you want. Good job, man. Yeah, we kind of dug our own grave because everyone wanted matchmaking. No one wanted the effort of going through server browsers, finding a good server, etc., etc. But, and to an extent, we need to go back to that era. And I don't think that's a huge far cry because in the modern era, people have gotten bored with playing with randoms. People don't want to play with randoms anymore. It'll clean up. It'll be fine.
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
Hey,
that'll probably wipe off.
It's fine.
We've got Dave Bob there with a toothbrush for the next 2 hours.
No, it's
So-
I would wager one wipe with a bit of kitchen towel and that'll come off. Anyway, these days people don't want to play multiplayer games with randos. They want to play with their friends. There's still obviously people who do play with randos. Just look at any competitive esports games. But a lot of friend groups now want to play in private servers, private instances, private lobbies. So having a server browser is actually extremely desirable. Do you want to give the desk a bit of a wipe there as well, just so we don't put our hands in that?
Literally where we're at.
Cool. So, yeah. I knew Steam would eventually ruin it all for everyone. I don't think Steam ruined it.
I don't see how it's anything to do with Steam.
No.
Because if you look at Steam's most popular games, they're server browser games.
Yeah, I guess. Steam facilitated the shift to matchmaking by making it very easy to do. However, also, they're not the ones locking us to matchmaking. People just got used to it. But at the same time, like I said, I think people would very easily adapt to server browsing again, because we're only a step away from that with invite codes and room codes these days. So yeah. So yes, yeah, you could chop the leftovers into mince and make small square burgers.
Yeah, we can make a little cube burgers. Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, we could just mush it all together and just mash it a bit, and then. But yeah,
We'll mush you all together and mash you a bit.
I think we had our money's worth out of that.
Mashed
Though.
it.
That was excellent. I thought.
So yeah, that cost me £4.60 something, I think. So I think that was a good time.
Heck yeah. Yep, fully supported. Good. So yeah, as I say, I think I think long-term game support I think is completely possible. And also like I also will entirely let Steam off the hook for everything, because if you look at all of the game publishers who are lobbying against stop killing games, Valve ain't on the list.
Yeah.
So yeah, hecking good guy Gaben. So yes, I don't know if they're going to successfully bring about change, but I support them attempting to. Again, I'm not convinced it's going to go anywhere, because I don't know by what legal metrics you can. I don't know by what legal mechanics you can force game devs to provide long-term support, because they will just turn around and just reclassify the game as a social experiment that will last for 2 years.
At least they'd be honest about that, though, if they had to at least
Sure.
say that's what you were purchasing at the time.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
imagine the easiest way to make any sort of progress on this is the EU.
Maybe.
You get to the, where they've legislated for things like USB-C ports on all mobile devices and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
They're the sort of people who would put a blanket rule on something, and then us not technically being part of the EU, we would probably just get treated the same, because we're in
Maybe.
the same region, the same servers, the same support and stuff for the game. So it's just going to be like,
Yeah.
this is what you get for it. And that's probably going to get a lot further than our government in doing anything like that. But I'd still expect it to be years before any potential possible change.
yeah.
Don't expect to get to buy a game today and it to have support long term.
Yeah, if you force support, they'll make sub companies in the main company and just shut it all down at a certain point,
Yep.
loopholes or whatever.
Go bankrupt.
This is why I don't think stop killing games is going to work. But I support the endeavor.
You make it like the GDPR rules. You make it so it's just 10% of the parent company's global turnover is the fine.
The parent company
You've
being
got
the
to say the
operative there.
parent
Yeah,
company.
yeah.
You make it 10% of the parent company's global revenue, not the game's revenue.
Yeah.
Their total global revenue is the fine.
Yeah.
So suddenly you break these rules and, oh look, you've literally been wiped out of existence.
Yeah.
And you've got to include whatever companies were involved at the time the game's created. You
Yeah.
can't just spin it off, sell it off, and then it disappear and go,
Yeah.
we've washed our hands with it now.
Yeah, and
It's got to all come back to the original creators.
and when we say it that way, it sounds extremely harsh. Like when you say, "Oh, we're going to force this. We're going to regulate all of those darn companies, etc., etc." It's very easy to have a knee-jerk reaction of going, "Oh, that's a massive overstep, and that could have unforeseen consequences." Maybe it's not that. Maybe we don't go that far or whatever.
Wow.
But the thing is that this is also part of a bigger conversation about, for example, products or services, Internet of devices stuff, Internet of Things stuff, where you get you buy the latest trendy thermostat, the latest trendy security camera that works for a year, and then the company goes bust and the device stops working because it's reliant on their servers. The reason why, I don't know exactly what I'm asking for. I'm not a legal scholar, but we are at a critical mass of this X as a service, where the buy-in price is no longer purchasing the product, but a short-term rental being sold as purchasing a product.
Yep.
And at the very least, like you say, even if they end up just reclassifying what it is, at least at that point they're honest about what you're actually buying.
You are guaranteed service for 5 years. After that 5 years, this may cease to exist.
At least you've told us at that point.
But you at least
that's
know
your
going into
expectation.
it.
Yeah.
At a minimum.
You can make an informed decision.
Yeah, and it's a case of you know that if you buy it in year 5, you will have days potentially of availability.
Yeah.
In theory, you'd expect there to be some competition on that with smaller studios and things, because they would want to say, those other companies, their games are supported for 5 years, ours are for 6 years, etc. Not, they wouldn't want to put on the packet, we'll only give you support for 1 year.
Yeah.
Because then they're not going to sell.
Scotty says, as I say, the indies can't afford it. Online multiplayer from non-AAA devs will die overnight. Dedicated servers.
Yeah.
This isn't difficult. Dedicated servers. Bam. Problem solved.
If you're an indie
we had this
game, why would you want to spend that money anyway?
We went all the way through the 90s and the noughties with dedicated servers.
Yeah.
We've done this. We're practiced.
Yeah, the community runs dedicated servers. It costs the game dev no money.
Yeah. Like, we've seen other games that
So
have made
forcing every person who releases a multiplayer game to make it so the community can host the server costs the game dev nothing but a couple of seconds.
Yeah, City of Heroes.
They want 10 years guaranteed servers with penalties for devs if they don't, though. Right? So you release a community binary so the community can host a server. No fee to the developer.
Yeah.
Now, in theory, you've got infinite service. So long as you can still download the bits that you need in order to do it.
Yeah, all they have to do is host a binary for 10 years that people can download.
Yeah.
Job done.
And that's going to be a small bandwidth cost. That would be a bandwidth cost they would have had to pay anyway if they were doing a multiplayer server.
Yeah. Like,
so I don't know.
If they actually say they want 10 years of official dedicated servers, then that possibly makes me raise my eyebrow, but there are solutions to this. We can go halfway, you know? Again, this is the thing, is that I have not read through the full list of demands from Stock Killing Games, you know. But at the very least, the starting point is to start this conversation to get something back that has been lost.
They started with a manifesto. The idea is if they achieve 10% of any of those things, they've already made progress, which is what they want to do. I doubt anyone's expecting a cast iron 10-year guarantee on anything.
Yeah.
But if there's some rule that comes into place that says 5 years minimum, then I can see that being that there's going to be a point where people are happy that there's something. There's a level of progress that's worth having.
Pirate Software getting pelters for not supporting Stop Killing Games. Yeah, for the record, I want to say a bit on that. I watched 2 videos about this because I didn't want to get sucked into the whirlpool of it. So, firstly, Pirate Software, originally he was just like, his opinion was, I don't like it and I hope this fails, kind of thing. That's why everyone took umbrage with him. It has later came out that Pirate Software is actually a colossal dickhead who doesn't know what he's doing. And there is mountains of evidence to support this. And he's the kind of person who sort of deserves to be knocked down a peg or two. That being said, he has absolutely been knocked down a peg or two. Leave him the hell alone. His reputation is in tatters. We do not need a dog pile on Pirate Software anymore.
Job done then.
Yeah, the guy has done that to himself because he has spent 8 years developing an Undertale clone that so far has maybe 3 hours of content. He has very much buried himself. You know, we do not need to crucify him. So yeah, that's my opinion on that. Yeah. So yeah, colossal dickhead, but yeah, we do not need this. We don't need to have this morbid we don't need this morbid fascination of the fall of a king kind of thing with everyone piling on now. It's not necessary.
At some point it's a case of going, your opinion's rubbish, we don't care anymore.
Yeah.
We'll ignore it.
Yeah, you suck, your game sucks, your opinions suck, we're moving on.
Bye.
Yeah. YouTuber exposed themselves as a bad person? Nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow. But yeah, not going to rag on that more because, like I said, I don't think we need a dog pile on him.
No,
But,
I think
yeah.
we need some new balls. New balls, please. I mean, topics. New topics, please.
I see. Yeah, we don't need 10 million people playing pin the tail on the donkey at once. Absolutely. Rossman really kills people sometimes. I haven't watched Rossman's video. Again, by the time he covered it, other people already had.
I think most
But,
stuff
yeah.
that you get involved in is that they're already getting killed one way or another.
Probably, although that he's done a couple of high-profile quote unquote assassinations that were well deserved and just But at this point, Pirate Software is well and truly toast. That one can be left, So yes.
Cool.
Anyway, yeah, I think we've done that. You want to look at that computer?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's look at a random
so
PC.
Grab's got a desktop here that he's told me about earlier that
I'm going to
needs
put the shop phone back in.
some stuff done to it, but I haven't actually seen it. And I like to keep my hands busy. So let's have a look, see what you got. But this was like a make situation, was it not?
I honestly thought you were about to throw it. Can you take this out back first? 'Cause there's too much human skin in this for my
There is a lot of dust that's just sort of wafted in this sort of general direction as it was.
All right, whatever. I'll
placed
go
on the
dust it
counter.
out then.
Good.
Get the back. I'm leaving.
Bye-bye.
Good. Leave.
Take it with you.
See ya.
Bye. No one wants that anyway. What is it? Is it a Pentium and a GT710?
I tell you what, if it comes into my shop, I will say to them, marvellous, very nice, what a lovely PC you have. I'll put it in the scrap pile over there and you can purchase this nice, shiny, little tiny Octoplex instead.
You can purchase this Octoplex.
Actually, it's not quite like that, but I do joke. But
With a 10th Gen i3 that's 18 times faster.
i5s, I minimum of i5 is what I sell. So it will at least have a serviceable processor that will last for some duration into the future and support Windows 11 and such.
Then it will be 19 times faster.
Maybe 20. Who knows? It will have at least 4 times as many cores, I imagine. So that's something as well.
Yes.
And threads. Some of those too.
It has cores and threads.
Yes.
It has cache
Yes.
and processors
yes.
and suspicious fluid staining.
Yeah, this does look like it's had some sort of splatter. I'm going to guess at sort of tea or coffee or something like that. There is some sort of just splatter down here.
And also
There's
all over the
definitely
front.
a
I mean, it
pattern.
might have just been a splash on the front. That doesn't mean
Yeah.
there's liquid damaged inside.
Yeah.
What? Never said it was.
Well, that was the implication.
No, I just said it was suspicious fluids.
I see.
Let's not question it. Or consider it.
All right.
Or anything it.
Right. So I think this is a no post. Look, I haven't sterilized it. All right. There's going to be some. There's a lot of dust in there. It takes a while to get all of that
There's
out.
quite a lot sort of just here.
Yeah.
But
Right, I'm just going to double check what the actual full
Oh.
description is.
okay. I can tell you what the fault is immediately.
It's the fault that there's a massive dent in the top of the case.
Probably.
Oh no, actually that looks okay. I thought for a minute that the PCIe slot had just been clean ripped out of it because that graphics card is a sag. That is a lot of sagging going on.
Yeah.
That's one of those. Is that a 970, 980 something sticks? Yeah, it's a 970.
I'm going to go
Yeah.
to bench cam.
And these are annoyingly really saggy graphics cards, and that is substantially sag. Yeah, I don't know if you can actually sort of see the angle, but that is some degree of. You see, actually, there's a slot cut in the case for the heat pipe to fit through, and what's actually happened is it's now actually nowhere near the slot.
It's a quality modification.
So you can see just.
I've done that before to a case.
Yeah, but also look at the card.
And then
though.
and
But
then
look at
sold
that.
it to a customer.
No, it was on a mate's computer. He bought a new graphics card and said it won't fit. And I'm like, I'm coming over with a Dremel. That's how you solve that problem.
So we've got the Aero Cool integrator power supply. So we've got an IED in the top. And the RAM's possibly mismatched because you've got probably two matching kits, but they're in the odd combination. So I hope that they're actually the same speeds and stuff and not totally different, because then we've got a very wonky RAM layout.
Come back here.
Yeah. So this isn't make good. I can't remember what's actually wrong with this, so you should just get it powered in and turned on and see what it does first.
And that's also a Seagate hard drive that's running off. I don't know if there's an SSD. I don't think so.
Doesn't look like it.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
Ignition.
Bang.
Bang!
It's a very dangerous word to utter on this channel.
It's just going to explode immediately. Okay.
No, I think this. Yeah. Okay.
What's going to happen is
That's
it's going to
not
take
time.
20 hours to post because it's a hard drive.
Yeah. Okay. This might. It looks like it's booting up.
So we've got,
This might be a-
Windows 10 loading.
This might be a just try and make it faster. I don't know how much of this we can actually do on stream now. Actually, I think the customer said it didn't run, and it looks like this might be a no fault found, and just like tidy up Windows as best we can. So yeah.
All it wants is an SSD and a 3D printed anti-sag bracket to stop that graphics card just disintegrating.
Well, yeah.
Shall be clean.
Yeah, what it wants is to be replaced, but
Yes,
yeah.
that's the one.
It's taking forever to boot because it's a hard drive.
Disk checking, there you go.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I would like to boot within the next hour.
Yeah, I mean, it could well literally just be a worn-out hard drive that we've got some nice pending sectors or something on, and it's a 2,000 years to boot sort of situation.
Where even are you?
I mean, we could get into BIOS and at least see what the...
Yeah, we'll wait for it. We'll wait for it to finish starting, because then I can also just do a bit of a customer data check, because sometimes people just don't have a lot of stuff on their PCs, and with very little work, you can make it stream safe, so to speak.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll just see if we can do that, because then we can actually show what we're doing.
Oh, it's a nice dent in the top of the case as well. It's had
Yeah.
some sort of impact here. Something's been dropped on it because it's just sort of... whoop.
Oh, yeah.
AGP video card? No, it's a GTX 970. That's not AGP, that's PCI Express 3.0.
This thing would have been hot in its day, you know.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
used to
old.
like those
Yeah.
Strix cards. I mean, it will be 3.5 gigabytes, but it was still decent.
It's not Windows 11 compatible. At least immediate write-off. Pretty much. You can force 11 onto it, but
Yeah.
I've already said to the customer, like, look, this thing's old. It should be replaced and stuff. For when I do what's called a make good repair, that's basically when the customer and I are both in agreement or are both aware that the computer isn't economical, but they're not ready to buy a new one quite yet. So we just need to make this one usable while they save up some money or something like that, And, obviously we can argue as to whether that's throwing good money after bad or not, but that's the decision that the customer has come to, is that they will pay a service charge to make this limp on for a bit longer.
I mean, we've got an I can't see exactly what the board is, but we've got an M.2 slot and stuff. So it's going to be SIP for 7th gen. I'm guessing possibly 7th.
Was
So-
it DDR4? I'd be impressed.
I guess it could be the 4th gen refresh. That would be the
I think
oldest. it
that
could
looks like
possibly
4th
be.
gen to me. Yeah, that would be period to the stuff as well. Right, hold on.
I think it might be slightly newer.
Who knows? Because it's Kingston Memory and they write nonsense.
It has
All
a
right.
32-digit model number that means nothing.
Bring up Chrome and start typing this in. We're still on a black screen. That might be the problem. Right, HX316 C10 FRK2.
Oh, the keyboard doesn't work properly, does it?
DDR3 1600.
Yeah. Okay. In which case,
Yeah, so
that's
it's
going to be
it's
fourth gen
gen.
refresh.
Yeah.
That has to be there. Because there's pretty much nothing else that's going to have an NVMe slot and
Does it have? Oh,
DDR3.
yeah, it does have an NVMe slot. Yeah, you're right.
That's what I
Yeah,
was going by.
Yeah,
It would either
yeah,
have
you're
to
right.
be
It's
the refresh,
Z97.
or it would have to be sit for 7th gen to.
Yeah, CL10
If
was
it
the
were
giveaway.
DDR4.
Yeah, I agree.
That tells us everything we need to know, I
Yeah.
think. Because if
Did it
that's
even-
not like an i7 or
Yeah.
even an i5, if that's an i3 or a Pentium or something,
Yeah.
it's
It did show a post screen and we got a Windows loading screen, but we've landed on a black screen of death now, and I don't have a mouse cursor or anything. I'm kind of locked in here.
I think that hard drive's toast.
I
and
would
it's gonna
agree.
take it too long to
Yeah.
get anywhere.
Also, the hard drive LED has stopped blinking, so it's not even doing anything now either.
Shall we
So do you want to hit the reset button and I guess we'll drop into BIOS and just look at that.
yeah. At least we'll know what the CPU is, which will be something, because that gives you an indication
Yeah.
of whether it's actually worth doing anything with this. Because
Yeah.
you'd hope it
Did
was
you
saying-
push reset?
I'm doing it now.
Okay,
You'd
yeah.
hope that it's half decent being a 970 in there. That's doing nothing.
No.
You'd hope it's got a half decent processor being a 970, but there's still a chance that was put in there later and you've got an i3 or a Pentium or a something.
Okay. Yeah, so I think what we'll do, we'll put it into BIOS and just see what's there. Then I guess
i5, 4690K. There we go.
yeah, go to capture with face.
Capture with face.
There we
There
go, folks. So yeah. So 4690K.
Yeah, so fourth
16 gigs of
gen,
RAM.
fourth gen refresh.
Yeah.
As we said. i5 4690. Okay.
Right.
Shall be cleansed.
Right, so I guess I could plug in another drive with a Windows install on it and boot that, and then we could stick C-tools on it and do a quick test on the hard drive.
If I just pop that SATA out and we stick an NVMe straight in there, if you've got one ready.
Will it do an NVMe, or is that
Yeah.
going to be SATA only? Yeah, because like Scotty Doggy
No,
was
well-
saying early M.2 was SATA only. Do they actually support NVMe drives?
I imagine so. That's why it's placed near the PCI Express and everything, isn't it?
Attached SATA.
I guess.
And it's not keyed for a SATA only.
Okay, let's find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Chaz says no, and I don't think it's going to work, but let's test it. So yeah, do you want to turn it off again?
Sure, I'll kill it.
And I'm going to connect you. Oh, actually, is that a SATA?
That looks like a SATA. That is a SATA, isn't it?
No, it's NVMe. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
got both keys on it. You can't rely on the keying. It's very frustrating.
It's like 80% of the chance of
Yeah,
it actually meaning
that's
something.
it.
But
However, it might not. Hang on a sec. That one's just ASCII or something.
yeah, Z97 will support NVMe, which is what I'm hoping this board is, given it's got the slot on it and it's a refresh CPU. Z87 would SATA only. Yeah,
Z910.
fingers crossed.
Yeah. Right. I'm just looking for a screw to hold that drive down.
I shall unplug the SATA from the hard drive while they're there.
Leave it in. We'll boot override.
You sure?
Yeah, because then we can run like C-tools
Okay.
on the other drive,
Yeah.
and we can just do a quick test just to see if the other drive is completely shot or not. Right. I don't think I've got anything to hand, so I'm going to put a roll of. I'm going to put a roll of tape on it.
I see.
This tape is too wide. I'll put the
see.
salt on it. There we go. The salt will work.
You're going to sort
There we
the...
go. I'll keep it down. There we go.
Cool.
Tactical salt.
Now we know the data is encrypted. The hash has been salted.
A Lamau. All right.
Oh.
Huh. I can't see the front of the computer. I found it. There we go.
Yeah, it's sort of in the middle there somewhere.
Cool. Le capture.
Yes. There we go.
If there's a new BIOS, it will support 11.
is that showing a
You
couple of
can make
drives
it
on?
run 11, yeah. What was that, sorry?
Is that showing a couple of drives?
Probably. I'm going to go to save and exit and boot override.
Yep.
There we go. Right. SM520, that's the one.
There we go.
Go!
Very well.
Yeah, that is booting 11, so. i5 4th gen doesn't support 11. We'll be the judge of that.
Yeah. I mean, it does support 11.
Yeah.
Functionally, all of the feature requirements exist
Yeah.
within it. It's just Microsoft does not put it on the official support list because they don't test that far back and they don't want you to run
It's
old
the latest
hardware.
BIOS. Did you check that, Jurley?
That's also 11 years old.
Yeah, I mean, 4th gen's what, 2013, 14? Because then we had the 5th gen that existed for like 3 weeks, and then 6th gen, which would have been about 2015 time.
TPM. Yeah, hang on a sec. There are two definitions of support. 4th gen is not officially supported on Windows 11. Windows 11 will work on 4th gen.
Yeah.
Those are the two those are the two things that everyone is crossing wires on in the chat right now. So yeah, Windows 11 will work on 4th gen. 4th gen is not supported by Windows 11. So yeah. Anyway, okay, right, that has booted. So and it booted reasonably quick as well. The system works.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you've got...
it's actually not terrible with an SSD in it. So yeah, not that I would recommend spending a lot of money on this, but you could probably buy a cheap ass 500 gig NVMe drive for 30 quid and be fine.
Yeah, I mean, you've got what was a very good processor at the time. It wasn't the i7, but it was a good office box that's still perfectly functional. 16 gig of RAM.
Wi-Fi. I think there's a Wi-Fi thing under that elastic strap somewhere. No, it's not there. Okay, never mind. Nice. There is one knocking around. Where did I put it? They've all moved around recently because I sold one and then bought more, but I definitely had one kicking around. Pain.
Thanks for coming. We'll be back in about...
Pain at all.
Would now be a good time to insert ads. We'll just...
Pain at all. Heck. Okay.
Did you sell it in the back of the computer?
Busting out another one. There was one of the cheapo £5 ones kicking around somewhere, but I'll just bust out one of these TP links. Really need to get Ethernet to this bench. It's incredibly vexing. We need to sort that out because we need to replace some of the cables around this setup anyway. So yeah, I've got to get longer HDMI over to the camera, and I've got to run a second Ethernet cable because we've got an Ethernet to the stream PC, but we need a second Ethernet cable for the bench.
Have you considered a wondrous thing called a network switch? And you could have all of the ports you could possibly want. Just sat there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a switch over there, but on the other hand, so I could just run a second cable.
Sure.
But yeah, I guess I could just stick a switch under here and then be able to run multiple things. But
even a 5-port switch, you've now got that plus 3 other things you can plug in.
Yeah. Right.
Ka-chow!
Ka-chow.
Wi-Fi available.
The super complicated password that nobody should know.
Absolutely.
It's okay, it was covered up by us. They couldn't possibly tell.
We are a privacy screen.
Yeah, someone's recorded the sound of the keystrokes and is reverse engineering the echo of the keystrokes as we speak.
Yep.
So yes.
My Wi-Fi password at work is computers with a capital C. If anyone wants to do a drive-by.
Right, what did I want? I want to grab CTools so I can just do a quick generic on this drive.
or even like crystal disc or something, just for a smart.
Yeah, smart on a hard drive is smart on a hard drive any good for anything? Serious question.
If smart tells you it's bad news, it's bad news. If
I
smart
guess.
tells you it's clean and it's fine, it means nothing.
Like
It's
smart,
my concept of it.
Yeah, smart is a bit more useful on SSDs where you can't do a sector scan. But yeah, like
It may immediately say pending sectors. And
I
it's
suppose,
like,
yeah.
there's your answer. Don't need to think about it anymore. But otherwise, if it says it clean,
yeah,
you still want to test with C-tools, etc.
yeah. Well, I've already acquired C-tools now.
Yep. And that should read the smart data and everything anyway, so.
Yeah. Also, luckily, it is actually a Seagate drive, so yeah, that's also handy. God, I haven't run C-tools for ages because just I don't care about hard drives now. If anything comes in with a hard drive, you just insta replace it.
Yeah.
Like the only reason why we're even considering this is just for the sake of the stream, just so we can go, look, the hard drive has died.
Especially that, that's a terabyte hard drive, so worst case, it's got a terabyte's worth of data on. Well,
Yeah.
a terabyte SSD today, if you were putting it in a half modern PC,
Liquid test.
it wouldn't cost a huge amount of money to just replace that with a
Yeah.
much better
Oh
drive.
wait, that's the SSD. That's not,
Yes.
not a lot of use. Where's the other drive?
I plugged a SATA cable back into it, and I think it was showing in the BIOS.
It is not seen. Is it in Device Mangler?
Your devices will be mangled. Please stand by. No.
No, and
Is it in disk part or anything?
disk drives. Yeah.
SATA controllers? Have we,
We
has
actually
it
got
found the
I was
SATA
going to say, do
controller?
we actually need drive? The only thing that's missing is an SM bus controller. There's no way that would stop SATA drives from working. So
No.
storage controllers.
Yeah, it's not showing one though. but
I'm
yeah.
not accustomed to having to look for a SATA controller. I'll reboot and just check if BIOS is seeing it.
I'm pretty sure it was showing when the BIOS screen came up. We had two images of drives showing, so
Yeah.
it could potentially be two boot partitions or
Yeah.
what is found on the NVMe, but it
Deal-
could show the two hard drives.
Yeah, Dealcar says, which SATA port have you used? And that's a good question because on the earlier boards, using the M.2 port
It could be
would
disabled.
disable one of the SATA ports.
Possibly two
So-
of them.
Yeah, so that's actually a legitimate shout. I'm going to check Board Explorer because sometimes that tells you stuff. No, losing interest.
Okay, so we are in the first of the lowest ports.
Okay, right. System status, SATA port not present. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Okay, let's turn it off and let's move to a different SATA port.
it's under the graphics card.
Pain.
The graphics card that's sort of
Hold this one.
in there on a
Thank
hope
you.
and a prayer because it's sagging as anything and has a notch out of the case to slide it in.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It will be upgraded.
I mean, it won't. It'll
No.
But
It'll be upgraded with this sellotape.
yeah.
We'll fix it.
Right, let's get my salt out the way.
We're being salty.
Do you want to switch to bench cam?
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's do that. There we go.
Dave and Bex.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, you've got a...
I was hoping I could just wrangle this out. It's
Yeah. It's going to have to come out this end first, isn't it? And then sort of...
There we
yeah.
go.
600 people in there.
All right. I'm going to move that to just a completely different location.
Now go and do that on camera.
Yeah, I'd go the furthest towards the top here. Is there something happening over there?
All I heard was now go and do that on camera.
Yeah.
Dog. And I'm like,
Slightly concerned about
Me
what
and
he might
Cara
be
were
doing on
dancing.
camera.
I see.
And I said you should go show off his skills on camera.
I think you're very glad at home not to be seeing what's going on over there. I think the dancing would scare you.
So I'm plugging this graphics card back in. I'm I'm putting this PCI Express 6+2 pin into this graphics card.
Was mangling it in the slot.
You're not actually in the slot.
I'm in your slot in a minute. Wait, no, scratch that idea. All right.
Concern.
Okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Thanks
Tactical
for coming.
Huh.
I like the lump of dust that just
Yeah,
shot out the
saw
graphics
that
card,
as well.
like always up your arm.
All right. Yeah, le capture.
There is nothing to see yet.
Oh,
You could plug the HDMI into the graphics card. That would possibly help us. Imagine plugging the HDMI cable in when you're diagnosing whether a PC's working or not.
that's probably going to want to restart now. It really annoys me that you have to reset when you didn't plug the thing in. Have we got a reset button?
Yes, but it didn't
I'll
work.
I'll just power
I
off and power on
tried
again.
pressing it when it was half booted and it just didn't. So
Huh.
ba, ba, ba.
Right, you need to unplug the power supply.
Uh,
You need to wait for it to die now.
I didn't wait long enough.
I'm gonna do that for a sec.
There.
Please die.
Okay, that's gotta be good enough. Whoop.
Well,
There we go.
we got a post beep there somewhere.
No, that was the
that fan on the graphics card,
Yeah, it's fine. That turned off on its own accord.
and it was grinding and wobbling.
No, that's the sound of a hard drive, but yeah.
I'll give you grinding.
It's fine. It's fine. Right, anyway, system status.
Yeah.
All right, okay, we have a hard drive now. So I will save and exit. I will boot override.
The newest street name for E.
Flies it for.
All right, C2s.
Fingers crossed this time we'll actually have a hard drive to test.
Yes,
There we go.
All right. Give me the quick test.
So if this does get an SSD, it's going to want a terabyte in it, just based on the amount that's used currently.
Yeah,
if anything. So that's quite full.
760 gigs. Yeah.
Quite often, more often than not, you see PCs like this with a terabyte hard
yeah.
drive, and they're using like 80 gig or something, and you're like, well then.
Games take up a lot of space. Yeah,
but
that's
yeah.
the problem. As soon as it's a gaming PC, that
Yeah.
space is usually legit because games.
Yeah. I can't say I want to load too many games up from a hard drive though, especially not a wonky one. If it is.
Yeah, because I think my answer. See, this is the thing. See, at this point, you go, okay, let's pretend that it passes a long test and that there's nothing physically wrong with the hard drive. What then? But like, the answer is still going to be no. If you want this computer to be actually usable, you put an SSD in it. At this point of the game, hard drives are just functionally useless to try and run a modern computer.
Yeah.
They
So
are not suitable boot media.
No, yeah, and even putting games on them is a stretch. I mean, I guess you can run games off of them, but it's not a good experience. Okay, it passed the short test. We would have to run a long test. That's going to take hours, so no.
Can you look at the smart data or anything there?
Yeah.
Smart.
Can we have a? But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, smart never gives you useful information.
I mean, the fact it's passed the test means smart's going to be clean anyway.
Yeah,
So
however,
it would have failed on
I've
it,
I've seen drives with hundreds of bad sectors where smart is just like, okay.
Yeah. But it's very rare.
Yeah.
It's very rare the opposite way round to have smart show errors.
Yeah.
And say it's
On-
unhappy and the drive actually to perform okay.
On a hard drive, smart is basically worthless. So yeah.
It is dumb.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna okay. What are we gonna do next? Let's see if we can make it. I guess we can see if we can make it boot. restart to repair drive errors. Okay, sure.
It could just be that Windows has got corrupted on it. That it's just.
Yeah,
but I feel like you're probably going to have an hour of it booting now.
Yeah. So firstly, let's explain what the short test actually did. So the short test, it did some internal checks, some internal CTools checks, and it did a short generic scan, which means it tested a bunch of the outer section of the drive, a bunch of the inner section of the drive, and a load of random stuff in the middle. However, by complete fluke, it may have just completely missed any bad sectors that were there. And the long test will actually go systematically through the entire drive. But the long test will probably take 2 hours, is my guess. We could kick it off and see if it starts finding bad sectors while we're waffling. It depends on if we're going to do anything else. Or we could just try and see if we can make it boot. So we could go ahead and just, check for drive errors. Let's see, what do we want? Let's do that for funsies. I'm going to do tools, check disk for errors, repair drive. Let's just see what it does. Although the problem is, like if we vaguely suspect that the drive is bad, which it probably is because Windows wants to check it for errors, then the next step is to take the drive out of the computer and try and back it up.
Yeah, there's also the situation you come to, do we actually care if the drive's bad? Because if putting an SSD in the computer and doing an in-place reinstall of Windows and going, has this fixed everything? Yeah. If it now works better and it's got an SSD, that's a solution.
Even as a make good repair, putting it out with a hard drive in it isn't really an option just because it's such a terrible experience. So, yeah. HD Inspector will tell you all about bad sectors and unrecoverable errors. It's still got to check the drive.
Yep.
That doesn't solve the problem of it taking time. So, yeah. The best whatever software you use, whatever software you know of, it either needs to check smart data, which we can do from here.
And smart data is
fine.
Smart
data is fine. Or it has to do a sector scan, which will take 2 hours. So yeah, that is inescapable. So yeah, I guess maybe there might be some app out there that will make these numbers human readable, but they're within smart's parameters anyway. So who knows?
But the long and short answer is
smart shows bad sectors.
Yeah.
Okay, so pending.
Pendings are one of the ones you really want to look out.
Yeah, we've got reported uncorrectable at 4.
Yeah.
Does that mean 4 sectors?
I was going to say it's ultimately the long and short is you want to replace it with an SSD.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. It's interpreting this data. That's the hard part about smart is that these numbers are not standardized. So it's really difficult to actually interpret the smart data.
Yeah, I mean, the temptation now would be that you'd clone that hard drive to an SSD. You'd then boot up the computer on the SSD, and the computer would boot in 10 seconds and work properly, and you'd go, this computer's now fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if the hard drive was just bad because it's a hard drive, or if it was bad because it's faulty.
Absolutely, I agree. The question is
the same result.
The question is, does that mean we switch this off now? Because if we're making that call, then that means we just turn this off.
That's what we do running a shop.
Yeah,
cool. in
So yeah, we're done in that case. Yeah, we are very done. So yeah, right. Okay, well that's boring then. I was hoping for something a bit more interesting than that, but yeah, it's a hard drive. We're going to pull it out. We image it onto an SSD. Yep. So yeah.
I don't know there's much more fun to be found with
that's it.
A wonky hard drive.
Sector repair? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Repair a hard drive in any sort of way, shape, or form.
You can reallocate bad sectors, which the drive attempts to do. However, the problem is that where there is one, there is many. If you do a sector repair you can do a sector repair on a hard drive, and after it's done, it will say there are no bad sectors.
No.
And you send the computer out, and the computer will come back in a week later with a dozen more bad sectors on it. So yeah.
Or you upgrade them to an SSD.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think
no.
I don't think we
My
need to
point-
dispute that.
Yeah. It's a case of I could repair the bad sectors. I could repair the hard drive, or you could just replace it with an SSD.
And
Yeah.
the customer experience of that is also far better. The fact that they pick their computer up and then go, wow, it's 5 times quicker than it used to be.
Yeah.
It must be marvellous.
Yeah.
Rather than
So-
going, wow, it's slightly less broken, I think. Oh dear, no, it's broken again.
Yeah. Oh, I found an extra screw.
Yeah, I could hear something rattling around.
Congratulations, we're rich.
Get screwed.
I will put a screw back in the graphics card. Right, what is our stream timer actually on? Can you just move the camera control out the way and then we could just check?
Where am I
So
looking?
the camera control at the bottom middle.
Bottom middle. This?
I'll take it. The camera controls. Whoop.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. 2 hours and 24. Okay, we're at 2.5 hours. Yeah.
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 We could do with a new topic or a new...
Yeah, we can. I
new
think we can
thing.
wind down, and that'll take us up to closing time. I'm going to stop trying to screw in this graphics card because I'm going to scream. I'm just going to pull out the hard drive. Oh, why is it so full of hate? Okay.
Excellent.
With upgrading a PC with SSD, the computer in question is not worth the $200 you'd need to charge for that.
Oh god, somebody's using
Yeah.
Norton Ghost. Sorry, anything that's got Norton in the name.
Hey,
is...
Ghost was good.
It worked back in the day.
Yeah.
I admit. but
However, it is
also
about 2 decades old.
It,
Yeah.
it is, 2 decades out of date, and it is Norton.
Yeah, Ghost
Sorry.
is from the days when Norton was actually worth a dime, you know.
I think, if I recall, Ghost would have been part of Norton Utilities, which
That's
wasn't
right.
actually Norton. It was a company they purchased that already made the utilities,
Semantic.
rolled it into Norton,
Yeah.
and then never upgraded it.
I feel
And
like
that was the
what
only
you
reason
actually
it
want
existed.
is semantics.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
But yes. Right. Anyway, in terms of like the cost of this, well, I mean, if we get my flat fee for simple labor is 60 quid, and an SSD is probably going to be a cheap ass SSD that will just make the computer limp on for another 6 months or whatever. Is probably going to be 30 quid. So I will probably say to the customer, for the sake of just imaging this drive onto an SSD and letting Windows sort itself out and then sending it, I'd probably say, 80 quid, 90 quid, depending on what the SSD actually ends up costing.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
just
it
send
does
it.
want a terabyte just based on the amount of data that's in it.
Yeah.
So that's probably a
40
half
quid.
decent.
Yeah.
It's like 50, 60 at the minute, I'd say. But yeah,
I think
they
it,
seem,
yeah.
they seem to be climbing back up again, SSD prices.
I think
what
I
they
think the
were.
customer's toast. He's not going to get out of this without £100, and that's with cheap labour. So yeah, I will say that to him. I'll say like I can do it for 100 quid. I think that's a bad value proposition, but it's either that or buy a new PC.
Yeah.
It's also the case that obviously the comment always with that is with an SSD, if it is an M.2 one, and they build a new PC in a few months' time after saving up, they
Yeah,
can just
I
take
mean,
that SSD.
yeah.
True, but
I
that's
think-
only taking 40 quid out, so that's
Well,
actually that's true, because like if this was just software and I'd been like 60 quid flat fee, then I don't think we'd be having this discussion. I'd be like, yeah, 60 quid flat fee, make good. So if they can reuse the SSD in a future system, then that means that the SSD is a future investment. So therefore, yeah, that makes
that's where I think
Yeah.
I'd go. I'd go half decent SSD, the Kioxia G3, the like the Crucial P3 Pluses, the WD SN, whatever they are, the blues.
cheap SSD.
Something that's half decent. It's going to be 50 or 60 quid for a terabyte. Stick it in there, and then it goes in their new PC in 6 months, a year, 2 years time, whenever they actually get
Yeah,
to doing it. And you go whoop, whoop, and there's
Yeah.
their stuff.
I shall make them that offer, I think. Yeah. However, yes, that's yeah, I kind of want to fiddle with it just to see if we can make Windows boot, just to investigate what could be wrong with Windows. But that's going to be such a miserable experience on the hard drive, and it's going to take a while to back up that hard drive. So we're kind of donezo for now. So
I think it will boot if you leave it alone long enough.
I don't think so. It looked like it had stalled then, but well, maybe, yeah. Because like sometimes you leave
skipped
Windows.
the disk checking and that sort of stuff, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to put this in wrong. That way round. Okay, I can fit a square into a box. How dare you? Shut up.
Can you?
We did it!
Three guys, box tech.
The circle goes in the square hole.
We started off by unboxing. Now we're trying to put something back in a box.
Take the stuff out that's stopping you putting it in.
It's not a bit.
No, Arnold, we're not
Yes.
going to back it up to a new hard drive. No. There is no.
Or to another hard drive?
Zero
No.
chance. of
No,
putting a new
why would you
hard
back
drive
up to
in.
another hard
So what's
drive?
a terabyte hard drive? It's going to cost what? 40 quid
Yeah.
for a new one?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, no,
No.
no.
Never.
Dude, stop using hard drives. I'm begging you. Unless you are storing 8 terabytes or above, stop using hard drives.
And then the question is, if you're storing 8 terabytes or above, why? Just get better internet.
Well, no.
It depends what you do, but there's.
I was
going
going to say, no, that doesn't hold water.
There's a lot of
yeah.
times where you just find that somebody's just hauled in rubbish data for zero reason whatsoever.
I guess.
And it's not family photos, it's not important stuff. It's that movie that you downloaded and then didn't watch because you weren't interested in it anyway.
Yeah, I think you're targeting a very, very, very small niche of people there. But yeah, the kind of people that actually have large amounts of data want that amount of data. So yeah. Anyway, videos take lots of space. Yeah, like just anyone storing video.
If you're
just straight away.
editing, if you're doing content,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Or
Right.
features in content.
Absolutely.
Okay, right. I'm gonna get this thing out of the way.
Got to keep those 24 megapixel pictures.
This is what's been left behind here. It's
That will
all
be
of the
on
bunnies
floor
in the
2
world.
months' time.
How dare you? I have swept. All right. Okay. Right. Now, 4 guys off to the pub. Severe danger thereof. Yeah, I think we're out of content here. So any other topics? Otherwise, I think we might just wrap up.
Yeah. I do think a nice pub meal is in order.
Yes. I wasn't sure what I was in the mood for tonight, but yes.
Very well.
JTPM. Oh yeah, TFT suggested that earlier on, Arnold. However, we don't have time to do that now. Yeah, if we're at the 2-hour mark, I would consider getting it out. I tell you what, we'll make that next week. So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, we're discussing flashing motherboard BIOSes via the TPM jumper. I want to see how viable that is. So yes, I've got the cables to do it, and I want to make a video about it. But I want to do some. I think it's one of those jobs where it makes sense to do some practice in advance first. So when I make the video, I can be like, here are my discoveries. So yeah.
So by next week, you might mean a few weeks into the future once you've actually.
Well, next Saturday, we've got all the equipment to do it. We just don't have time to put it on the bench right now. So yeah. So yeah, do's and don'ts. I guess we'll see. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be cool to see if it works reliably. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm curious as to if it's actually viable, because that's the thing. I am a big proponent of just desolder the chip, but if you have a literal jumper where you can just put your cable on and connect it to a tester, even if you have to make up a custom cable for it, that's not super difficult to do. And that may still be easier than desoldering for people who don't have any soldering equipment. Buying a cheap programmer is a tenner. Buying the cable is a tenner. That's 20 quid. That's still cheaper than buying hot air equipment to desolder a WSON 8 chip. So it's something that I actually care about for someone who may have bricked their motherboard. So yeah, in terms of like for everyone who's been telling me to use clips on laptop BIOS chips and stuff like that, no, yeah, brother, yeah. However, that's the thing is, desktop motherboards with TPM jumpers, that's actually the kind of time where it might make sense. So yeah. So yes, still remembers when BIOSes were socketed. I wish they would still be. It's a choice. Also, though, the problem is with modern BIOS chips, the sockets are just weirdly expensive. But also, though, that's a skill issue. They could just use SOP 8 chips still and stick them in a socket, or even just dip. Like old school boards that were socketed, just dip chip. There's no technical reason why they can't just make modern ROM chips in a dip package. So yes. Good. Right.
Excellent.
Yeah. Since most of your work is on PS5, wish there was an easier way for them. Yeah, again, you just desoldered the chip though. Yeah. Like if you're a repair shop and you have the tools, equipment, and practice to desolder, that's always going to be easier, I think. The only reason why I'm vaguely interested in this is that it's something that a layperson could do. So yeah. All right. I think that's all we got for today, folks. So we'll be back next week with that. So yeah. CH341A with 1.8 volt option is the way to go. Yeah, if you're buying a programmer, yeah, CH341A version 1.7, the green PCB.
Get the green one. Always the green one.
Buying the one with the black PCB. I do not understand why it's even still on sale. Goodbye.
Goodbye.